Okay, welcome in. My voice, folks, I'm not going to lie, is a little bit ropey today. So we shall see how I manage with things. We shall see. Tell me, can't manage to leave that on. No, that's the wrong thing. There we go. Hello. How's it going? Yeah, my voice has been stretched a little bit the last few days. Not least of all by the 5-game series yesterday. Also, while we're offline, T. Canans subscribe with Prime, and I appreciate them. And just in case they check the VOD, or around here, well, I'd say that as well. How's everyone doing today? Of course, we've got Team WE versus EDG. WE, a team which, of course, have done very well in Best of Ones in the first game of the series. Not fantastic in the other games beyond that. Looks like there's a pause. Karis. I might need to take a screenshot of that. Please rest if your voice is not hurtful. I mean, so tomorrow Sam should be back. Okay, I've got a picture of that. Let me get a Google Translate on that and see what that goes to. Yeah, I do just want to get this done with. This is an important series. I don't want to miss an important series for nothing, you know. I simplifies to English. Karis reported an equipment issue. Relevant personnel are currently handling it. Please wait for a moment. The competition will begin after the player completes the debugging. Cool. Did you hear about the Rumble on Red side doing 7% less damage for the last 10 years? A bug that just got fixed? Yeah, I did. That was a thing that was reported ages ago. People knew about that for years. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got a really lucky Umusume run, and I now have like the perfect parent for all of my upcoming runs. So they have 3-star stamina. No, sorry, 8-star stamina, and hey, morning, Onivia Editor here. Have a great day. Hey, thank you so much. I hope nice to meet you there. Yeah. I don't think we've crossed paths before, so good to see you. Sorry if we've given you any worries for the live stream stuff. I know that us being inconsistent on the LPL stream for points to split meant it's a little bit annoying. We appreciate your amazing dedication to the LPL, but don't think your own health is nothing. Thank you for everything you do for us LPL fans. Oh, that's very kind of you to say so. Yeah, I'm not gonna break my voice, right? I do have to, and luckily the thing is there will be a break between, I want to say, is it Tuesday to Sunday? No, yeah, I think we have Wednesday to Sunday, so we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Well, I'm on LEC on Friday, but there's a couple of days break for me to rest my voice. Yeah, it looks like there's a break. So, wait, I guess we could start up. I guess we could start up the horse game, really. Peter, the horse is here. Screw it, I'll get it ready. Why not? And if it goes onto stage, it goes onto stage. See, normally people have to put up with this way later. But yeah, I'll show you. I'll show. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. I was about to say I'll show you my horse, but I could say it in a more, you know, flowery way. I am, by the way, I'm thinking about setting up a second channel, so I can feel better about playing variety. There are some games I want to play through. I want to play through ODST Helldivers.
观看2025英雄联盟职业联赛第3赛段，您可以通过英雄联盟客户端找上英雄联盟及英雄联盟赛事官网 LPL.QQ.com、虎牙直播、斗鱼直播、哔哩哔哩直播、咪咕视频、腾讯视频、腾讯体育、新浪微博、微信视频号进行收看。电视机前的召唤师可以通过百视通平台收看全程赛事。 嘿，来认识一下这位新队友，全新沉淀 CLA 英雄联盟斗魂觉醒系列现已上市。上京东
Community format ODST
使用 AI 预测，祝你
Hey, the actual game ODST or Helldivers ODST?
我在场就是主场。
Can we say Knight is the LPL GOAT now? I mean,
奶硬口。
ooh.
全新 OPPO Find X8 系列
Is Knight the LPL
GOAT? 夜拍超清晰，人像 MVP。
I think GOAT is still Xiaohu, right?
会家电峡谷英雄
I think it has to be Xiaohu still, right?
2025 LPL 官方指定
Winning international titles in 2 roles.
更受电竞用户喜欢的能量饮料，有能量当然占满。傲风电竞椅连续5年中国电竞椅销量第1，开一局吗？开就开。 保护有度度，
He said when Knight won MSI, he was clearly the best, you know, best in his role.
酷睿 Ultra 200 HX AI 高净游戏本，游戏本的6边形战士。
Maybe Knight can become the LPL GOAT. I think if Knight wins Worlds, I think then he's the GOAT.
欢迎来到2025英雄联盟职业联赛第3赛段。今天的比赛将在苏州高铁新城羊城国际电竞馆进行。让我们有请双方对阵战队登场。
Back onto the stage. What I give for format actual ODST, but I'll set up for Helldivers. I did do a playthrough of Helldivers ODST because my partner has never played the Halo games before, so I played through all of the ones which I enjoy. I'm trying to remember the way that I did it actually. It might have been Combat Evolved 2 ODST 3. I think I did the yeah.
上单
I don't remember if I did reach it.
打野 Monkey 中单 Carries 下路 Taeyeon 辅助 Vampire
WE onto the stage. Favorites today, but EDG are a very good team. Surprised that EDG ended up in the position they were. They thought they were clearly the best team in Nirvana for most of the split. Fell off a little at the end.
中单 Angel 下路安辅助 Parakia
The big thing I'm worried about for WE is their solo laners might get diffed. Karras had an awesome series versus anyone's legend. However, Karras is inconsistent, and his low level his floor has been quite low. That's a nice
LPL
dress.
第3赛段骑士之路第2日的比赛将由 CNWE 对阵 EDG 战队即将开始 LPL 无畏进巅峰。
So the big things I'm looking out for in this series is the level of solo laners between the two teams. I think that ZDZ and I think Angel are very, very good, and I think that Karras and Cube can be quite poor. But I do think that, you know, WE, they are an Ascend team. I think that helps them an awful lot. But I think that we saw yesterday that, you know, FPX, even though I thought they were going to be quite heavy underdogs, they actually made it a very close series yesterday. Is 369 the best top laner in the LPL right now? Right now, I would give it to the Shy. I would give it to the Shy. But 369 is in the top 2 or 3. It's not far off. Oh yeah, and how could we not forget the stories behind these teams? WE and EDG are some of the oldest fan bases within the LPL. There are tensions between the teams because of back in 2015, I want to say, Clearlove left World Elites to go to EDG. And that was definitely a move which was not very well received. There was a lot of controversy around it, and that bad blood has stayed pretty much ever since. EDG and WE are... EDG and WE are teams which have large fan bases but haven't had the consistent success for the last few years. WE, they reached their first top 4 appearance for the first time since, I want to say, 2021. Where they ended up getting there in so close to it, the regional finals. EDG, of course, were a little better up until 23 summer. 23 spring was where things really... where they last were at the top. Karras still having some peripheral issues, it would seem. The Shy became number 1 again in 2025. That is wild, not on my bingo card. I know, but I think he's been great. So I guess we wait until Karis has figured things out on the stage. A little bit of a break then. W are going to slap. So yes, I think W are heavy favorites. However, my worry is if it gets to game 4 and game 5, I think that W's drafts have been less good. I think that they managed to cover that up a little bit in the last split playoffs because teams were not taking them seriously. I think teams will now. I think you ban out Monkey and Vampire, and I think that they start to struggle. And my worry is that, yeah, I think that WE's carries are not on awesome. Well, Karis had an awesome series versus Anyone's Legend, but their carries are a worry. You know, I think that Karis can sometimes play a blinder, can sometimes completely fall apart. Taeyeon's similar, occasionally completely flubs team fights. And Cube is an issue. His laning is quite poor. I also think that Monkey and Vampire are quite poor at moving to support weak sides of the map. Good at playing around their strong AD carry, not so great at playing around other things. Did everyone say that Team Liquid got eliminated from LTA last night? Lots of drama and not controversy, but lots of drama around that because, of course, they made the jungle swap because of MT's mental health really starting to tank. Which is a completely fair thing to do, by the way. Oh my god, W and EDG win right next to each other. Nice. Is the Shy established as the top lane GOAT if he wins this LPL, or is he already? I think the Shy is quite established as the GOAT in top lane, isn't he? I think he's the GOAT in top lane in general. Oh, that's an older shirt. That's like 2018 LPL. W shirt. As we were saying, the fan base have been around for a long time. Yeah, I just saw that. It was the old logo. It was, the LPL logo's changed over time. I like the current one. I like the current one quite a lot, actually. Anything else between these two? Okay, you in chat, you LPL knowers in chat, what are your favorite things about W and EDG in terms of their storylines, in terms of the narratives, in terms of the community perception of them? Oh shit, thanks Sarah for the gift sub over 1,000 codes. I'm gonna put this on.
I hear, Alex, that you're the greatest Ari player.
How's it going? I am actually gonna turn my camera off for a little bit.
Prize F gifted 3 months of tier 1 to 1,000 kites. They've gifted 129 months in the channel.
Jesus, what? Not a single bad interaction with the W fanbase, many with the EDG fanbase. Alright, fair. God, maybe we are at Uma Musume hours already. Maybe we are. Hang on. Have I got the window capture up for this thing? God, man. I'm just gonna put this up. I'm just gonna put this in the top corner. I'm just gonna put it up here. I'm just gonna leave it up here. Just you know, just in case. Opening anything. Yeah, I'm doing this just because it will. Yeah. It'll make it. You know, it's just it'll make the game start quicker, right? Okay, so the reason I have so many people following me right now is because I am. Where is my thing? My favorite thing about EDG is the JJ Viego skin. It's awesome, isn't it? So this is the one which I'm currently running. It has it has 8-star stamina. It has 7-star in long. And I also get 2-star straightaway spurt from a legacy, which is kind of insane. Including some stuff, some other things too, but those are the big ones really. Anyway, I'm not going to start it just before draft. That would feel bad. So how's everyone doing? What are people excited for in this matchup? What was I know, right? Because I'm not going to be able to run that because the stats aren't good enough. The stats aren't good enough for like to run it itself. Because like the speed's too low and stuff like that, right? But actually getting this stuff is insane. So I mean, if you want to use it, I do have my ID in my Discord. Ah, whatever. We can start another campaign. I do need to, folks. I hate to say it. Have you tried the Runeterra roguelike card game? It's very fun. I have the Atakan one. Yeah, I have. the Atakan one. That was really good. It was really good, honestly. I really enjoyed that. I'm a big roguelike fan. In fact, I used to get like top 100, top 10 Slay the Spire daily runs when I used to play that. Binding of Isaac I used to do pretty well on too. Yeah. Oh my god, this is a slow start, eh? I Will Dominate is a Xiaohao fan. I'm a Xiaohao fan. It's very hard not to be a Xiaohao fan if you followed his story, by the way. Xiaohao was on a failing Anyone's Legend team. Sorry. Ugh. And he went on a huge loss streak. A huge loss streak. And he was playing so well, even in that loss streak. To the point where when they won, he broke down in tears on stage because of how much it meant to him. They were already mathematically eliminated from playoffs at that point in the split. And, yeah, it was while he was on Anyone's Legend. Anyone's Legend in 2023. Yeah. And, yeah. He was so good. Him and ZDZ came with it. There's a bit of a package deal. You know, and after that split, people realized, actually, no, this guy is good. We can make something of him. He went towards Weibo, and while I don't think he was bad for Weibo, he wasn't what they needed. Not really. Hey, G, how's it going? Oh, do you prefer Gwen now or Gwendolyn? I mean, G is what is hardwired into my brain, but, you know, I will make the change. But yeah, yes. So Xiaohao is a player which I have a lot of fond memories of Xiaohao. He's a player that's really struggled and strived to get where he is. God, long time starting this. Oh, screw it. I'm just gonna start a goddamn campaign. Look, if I do this for long enough, eventually it'll start the game, right? So we do have a decent buy on the top gun. We do need to run a better gold ship. So we run, ¿Dónde está mein beste Majoro McQueen? Yeah, look at this. This is insane. Right. Like, look at these sparks. It's insane. And then I don't have any guest legacies left. Back to the desk. Oh, that's a bad start, isn't it? Okay, we don't have any those left. So I want, what do I want? There's a gold ship one which I'd love to run, but obviously I can't do it for this one. What was I running? I want stamina and long, really. Actually, no, I don't necessarily need that. I just need long sparks, don't I? This, you know what, weirdly, this might be better. I get enough stamina already, I think. Firm conditions, you know what, screw it. I think actually, hear me out, this might actually be better. Because I'm going to get enough stamina through training. I actually don't think I need as much on stamina from legacies. I think I might be over-stamina-ing my legacies. Pilksong? Hell yeah, Pilksong. We are back to dropkicking. I feel like a lot of WE's issues happen when better teams exploit the weaknesses of their jungle support. I wonder if EDG will be good enough to replicate that. Well, I think their jungle support is. Palkia has actually been very good. I like that guy. I think he's actually a very good support player. Especially for a rookie. Now, The question will be whether he'll be able to, you know, outdo someone like Vampire, who is very flashy, pretty good in big moments. We actually recreation here. But for karaoke, no, we didn't get it. Whatever. CD is nuts. Hey, we get the mood up. Cool. Excited for Silksong? I didn't play. Wait, is Silksong Hollow Knight thingy? Because I didn't play that. I know it's looking good, and I know that people are very excited for it, but I don't know much about it. We actually don't take the energy. We want deep breaths for this one because we're going for long recovery. These are actually two of our best cards. Well, this one is. We need to level it up. I've seen some. What was I going to say? I've seen some speed runs of Hollow Knight, and they are very, very cool. Give me the energy. Nymaera start the game. I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like starting the game. What? No, I have started the game. You're not enjoying the horse game. What do you mean? I've started the game. I don't understand. This gives practice perfect. This is good. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I've started the game. Yeah. I've got gold ship on screen. What happened to Karis? Karis reported like a peripheral issue. Oh, this is skill points. We try this. Hey, nice. If you fail that, you do get slacker, which is bad. Oh, this is important. We want this because we want stamina eater. We want stamina eater because if we had glue, yeah, Yulg. This is, you know what? Weirdly, I'm gonna go for this just because we do need some extra guts for this race. 23%. We gotta try the 24%. And we get it. Nice. Cool. Okay. This is energy or it's straight away adept. Well, energy and mood. The mood's kind of wasted. 10 energy or... Okay, we will get this, but... The horses don't have size or weight on the wiki. They actually do on the archive. You actually find that stuff on the archive, weirdly. Maybe we do get straight away adept. We definitely want this at some point. We don't want that. We do want this. We don't want that. This is fine. I'm curious as to whether Goldship was huge IRL. Goldship was, but their father was tiny. Stay Gold was tiny. Did I see the LTA series at all? I saw the result, not the series. I've been, yeah. Honestly, I've been running on empty for the last couple of days. Understandable. C9 is having the same issues as always. At this point, I think Blabber is the issue. Ooh. Well, that's one of the thing about Blabber is that he is the jungle NA GOAT. He is. You can't argue against that. But that doesn't mean he's always in the best form. Not always. Should have named Greywind after Rob's direwolf. True. By the way, that one direwolf from Game of Thrones is not where I got my name from. I blame the casters. Yeah, you can blame me. Yeah. I actually just wanted to do more Uma Musume on stream. You know? Wait, we're back on the stage. Are we finally draft? Just as I finish my race? You kidding me? Easy as you like. Nice. No drop kicks, it's not G1. We'll get there. We'll get there. Great thing about Gold Ship's run is that you don't have to... like, do that many extra races for them. Like, you get some good G1s anyway. Perfect. Into the draft we go. First draft of the day. Our first catch of the day. Anyone know where that cut comes from? EDG, an old rivalry here in the LPL. Great spot in playoffs. Loser of this series ends their year. EDG both had some bright spots this year. a team which had a record high result for years last split. EDG, a team which recovering from their Doom Squad era. Clearlove left the team, he used to be their coach. Brought in a rookie support called Palkia. Yes, named after the Pokemon. Just can't name it exactly that because of, you know, legal reasons. Rumble first pick. On the other side, you have Gwen for ZDC if you want. Rumble Gwen is a fine matchup, and I think that, you know, Cube is a good Rumble player on the whole. Like, he's one of his better champions anyway. Parakeet's being so good. Yeah, Palkia's been good. I like him a lot. Funnily enough, I was also watching some, Wolfie Glick, content just the other day. His 5-hour epic on, his last video he just released, however long ago. Recently, this week. Palkia could take the Nico hit, contest lane priority with Vampire. Now, if you want to win lane against the Nico now you do need to think about stuff like, Kalista Renata or Karma. They lock in the Yunara. It's been good for Taeyun. So they go for the Yunara Rel. What does Arn want to go towards? There's no Varus. Can go Kai'Sa, I suppose, and you can out-duel the Yunara at points. Still a little bit risky locking in that CVT, you know. Now, funny, well, one of the reasons why EDG are down here in Group Nirvana is because Arn misplayed on his Kai'Sa versus Monkey, of course. EDG should have realistically been in Group Ascend earlier this year. WWE knocked them down into this part because Monkey's Skarner was so damn good. Speaking of that, the Skarner's banned, isn't it? It's typically banned versus Monkey now. Pantheon, not even banned in the first round. Pantheon Talia was available, by the way. Gwen wasn't locked in, it was the Shinzao instead for Xiaohao, who's been very good at the champion over time. Unironically, it's an Olaf game, used to be an old Shinzao counter. Now, I would agree with that if you had space for an Enchanter or someone like Renata who's like a half Enchanter in support. Because you've locked in the Rel already, I'd like it less. You need some mobility for the Olaf. The Wukong's gone. Could go something like the Jarvan, I suppose, but harder to do that into Kai'Sa. Not fantastic into the Shinzao either, but... Ambassador away from ZDZ, so what does ZDZ do in top lane now? There's no Trundle, so you can go for a tank. already seen that Ambessa and Gwen go away in terms of the more damaging matchups. Galio, if you lock it in here, technically could be a flex pick. Pick the Galio, flex, and then see what happens. They lock in the Ornn versus Rumble. Surprisingly okay matchup for the Ornn, actually. Oh yeah, no new Shinzao art just yet, by the way. No splash art just yet. Aurora locked in for WE. If you go towards the Vi, that is a nasty topside engage combo. At that point, maybe you are thinking about the Galio actually for Angel. Because you got to survive a very high damage WE comp. That being said, EDG do have decent disengage with the Shinzao ults and the Ornn ult. My worry is that Nico and Kai'Sa are still very vulnerable here. Last pick for Angel. World finalist in 2020, of course, was Suning. Player that's recently been an All-Pro in the last year or two. Goes for the Rise, a little bit tankier. Can shove out, shove and roam. And if someone jumps in, you can often gun them down. Angel's Rise has been pretty good in the past. The Orianna actually gets a bit outranged in this draft. The Aurora Ultimate can still threaten you. The Rumble ult would have threatened you, so I understand the Rise. Taking a range cut, but getting more tanky and more safe through that play. Okay, well that's our drafts for the first game of the day. Who's the best player in this game, in your opinion? Ooh, depends on the game, doesn't it? Actually, folks, I'm going to go quickly put on a 1-minute ad break just because we ran down a lot of our pre-roll while we were getting through that pause. Best player in that game. I think there's an argument to say Xiao Hao, but Monkey is potentially in there if he plays well. Monkey at peak is the best player in the lobby, but... No, it's not Vampire. No, it's not Vampire. I think it's ZDZ or Monkey. Well, I think ZDZ is fine, but I would say it's better than Xiao Hao on his own team. And it depends on, yeah, it depends on the form that Monkey's on. Taking a little while to load in. Hey Montes, how's it going? No ads during Umusume? Yeah. Well, I did ads before, and then I just thought the pause would end, and it didn't. If Palkia really gives Vampire the business, I expect some toxicity in the post-match sides. Yeah. I think I annoyed some WE fans over time on Reddit because of that. Like, I point out that Vampire's actually not very good at playing the side lanes and is very good about his flash engage, but you know, his warding and side lane plays a bit meh. And yeah, people took issue with that. Yeah. Oh, in terms of the best player, I think, by the way, I think Angel is also worthy of being on that list. the delay going to be as long as NLC yesterday? The problems with doing a roadshow like that. Roadshows when you don't have the full bells and whistles to do it is very hard to put on. 3-1, who do you think? How do you think? I don't think WE closed it out 3-0. Yeah, 3-1 W is probably the easy bet, I think, but... Which draft do you prefer? EDG scale far better if they can trade equally early in IMO. Well, the flashy team fight comp is there for WE. I went with 3-2W, hoping it isn't that for the sake of my voice. Yeah, my voice. You can already hear me coughing a bit in the background, can't you? Oh, it's taking a while. Okay, no. Folks, I'm gonna test a theory. I'm going to open up the horse game again, and if we immediately go into game, it means that the blessing has worked. Okay, so you just hope and pray with me, okay? And okay, well it's not started. I guess we wait. I wish I could start it sooner, folks. I wish I could start it sooner. We go for this friendship training, surely. Yeah. Stamina rater is good. That is very good. We need that. We want that. Oh, that's a lot on that. Yeah, we do that. We definitely don't fail 8% on stream. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. There you go. I start getting involved in the game. We're just going into it. Perfect. Cool. Nice. And I even got a good status up. Perfect. Why haven't I started the game? I did start the game. I started the horse game. Oh, that's a lot louder in game, isn't it? Sure, that'll work. That'll work. Hitsu! By the way, getting that charming thing at the start is insane, by the way. The EDG gyro flopped? Damn. I actually wasn't listening. I was too busy changing scenes and stuff in the background. We need have good bros at full strength for when the real playoffs start. Yeah, don't worry. We'll figure that out. Now, it is worth just saying. So Sunday, which I believe is the first day of playoffs, I am actually casting G2KC and LEC later that day. So I really do not want to be messing around with my voice before then. So I won't be able to do both of the best of fives on that day. I might be able to do one, maybe half of one, we'll see. Oh, that Nico transformation sound is sure summon. So, jungle's both going top to bot. We really need... honestly, the level 1, level 2 shove is what's interesting here about this bot lane. We might see the bounce back from Tay and Vampire where they managed to hold the wave a little bit and then get a big trade on level 3 to level 2. Getting to level 2 now. Oh, just missing the skill shots there. Palkia not actually getting that much poke down. Okay, so the bot lane for Arn and Palkia getting pushed, but not getting that much poke. Cube getting a good overheat here, actually. CDC not even going to get a great trade back on Cube. Getting another Harpoon, another Comet there. Not great early trading, actually. You know that the Rumble can actually struggle with you all at points. Monkey quickly down towards bot side. Ah, he's gone buff camp. So he's level 3, bot side early. He has no root. That's a problem. Great stun from Vampire. Great path coming in. Might have to flash over to hit Arn, we'll see. Arn probably dead here, actually. Has barrier. That's actually pretty good with the slow. The slow will help. Hang on a second. That's not a bad route onto Vampire. Vampire might die here now. That's a problem. Vampire flash forward. This is a great counterplay. Xiaohao gets down in time. Palkia. Oh my god, the support play was insane there. They have a lot of damage though. Monkey's going to keep going forwards. Does he have enough damage to take him down? A little bit more healing. Palkia, how much more damage has he got? I don't think he's got enough. Flash forward. It'll be 3 kills for WE, despite the good response from EDG. I thought that was exceptional for Palkia for a point there, but Xiaohao gets blasted. Taeyun and Monkey, more damage than EDG were expecting and prepared for. Vampire, great double flash. You could see the plan from Monkey was the special bit there, though. Buff camp. Xiaohao immediately leaves his wolves as this is happening. Rushes down. Body block from Palkia is fine, but you see, this is where the poke missing from Palkia earlier does actually make a big difference. Because they just have a little bit more HP. Xiao has to flash to get that in then. Gets the knock up onto Monkey. There's still flash on Taeyun too. It's very unlikely that they make it out of this. And Monkey ends up getting the Triumph Field to survive through it. 3 for 1 in the early game. Taeyun gets 2 kills out of it, is it? Yeah. Good early play there from WE, but honestly, it's the pathing from Monkey which really makes that. You know, buff camp into gank is not very common. Xiaohao's back out onto the map. He is not actually that far behind. Angel, they should, hang on, Angel should know he's in trouble now. There is no flash for Monkey. Angel should be fine. Procs the phase rush, gets out. Xiaohao clearing up the last of his camps. Now the problem is Monkey is actually quite far behind on camps. And because he didn't do his Gromp Wolves, or Raptors I think either actually, they're going to be on later respawns. He's cleared his Raptors now. He went blue-red Krugs. I will say, though, I think that Xiaohao responded quite well to get down in time to get 1 back. I think they would have expected to get more out of that. Big lead for Taeyun now, though. That is a problem. Cull is in for Arn. Another route missing. Palkia not really getting that much value out of the Nico early, you know? That's a lot of the champion. Xiaohao, going back for what will be his tunneler completion. There you go. Got his tunneler. Pretty strong point right now. Angel doing fine in this mid lane matchup. Top lane even enough. Dragon is alive. W could look towards that. This is where they're strongest actually, when they're just grouping up Monkey, Vampire, and Taeyun. Playing around these you know, flashy jungle support plays. Monkey still no flash. Shocking missing from Karis. I mean, Angel has flash. You're not really getting that much out of this, I don't think. Oh, there's a slow onto it. Alright, okay. Flash out. I mean, it's a pretty big investment. That does mean that Arn can safely push out bot side. Get W away from Vampire. Ooh, I think he just missed the cannon there, sadly, Taeyun. Angel? Maybe he could have gone for a harder trade there on Karis. Didn't quite get in range for the spell flux. Ragnar started for EDG, interestingly. Angel being such a perma-pushing menace on the rise, and being very safe at doing it too. Yes, he lost the flash, but he's still safe, right? Opens up an easy angle towards the dragon. Game slowed down a bit. 1,000 gold lead for WE from the early skirmish. Top wave is crashing in, so it won't be as bad as the top lane advantage seems right now. Still about a 10 CS lead though, keep doing well. So WE, couldn't quite make that play around the dragon happen. Grubs are spawning soon. They'd like to get a hold of them because they are technically the ones with they're the ones with the aggressive comp. They want to be playing a bit more pushing, I suppose. Say that there is Ryze on the other side. Ryze can use that for EDG. Ryze is probably the guy who's going to get the most out of side lanes in this game. Normally I'd say it's Aurora, but Ryze is actually pretty good at that stuff. Ryze, speaking of that, is back for the tier and the Catalyst. Actually quite tanky now with that extra HP, the extra 350 HP from that component. Do EDG contest this at all? Perhaps not, actually. They do wait for a cull for Arm. Don't really want to run into the first ults of the game from Vi and Rumble. They're going to give all 3 grubs in. Pick the dragon already. Teleport from Rel to defend the dive. If it was coming in. I think Taeyon is one of our better Yunaris in the whole league, you know? I think Gala is probably our best. Jackalove's also good too, but Taeyon's not too far off at the top 3, I'd say. Shadow going bot side. There is a Ryze if they want to roll off. I think it's a little ambitious to go towards this. Might be able to shotgun Karis though, which trade takes half the HP off. Phase rush. I mean, Vampire could go for a bigger engage. He does have flash. Angel dodges out on the shotgun. It's not bad from him. Vampire has a big engage angle. It's a very good crescent guard though. The Violet's coming through. I wonder whether they have enough damage to see this through. Monkey is flash forward, but hasn't got that much done. Really think the crescent guard did a lot of work. And Palkia, you just died for nothing there. Shouldn't have walked up. Dies for a free kill. Palkia's first game, not been fantastic actually. I actually think EDG did a very good job of disengaging that. The Crescent Guard was very good, and I think that Angel did a good job of chunking out the Vi and the Aurora before they reached that point. TDC needs to be a little careful. I know the Equalizer's going to go on the way. He'll just recall then. Q trying to get that plate, and indeed does so. You just see, though, that Monkey and Vampire, their playmaking for WE and those flashy engages is such a big part of their play style. This game has become about, you know, Monkey and Vampire in this early game making stuff happen. 2,000 gold, no, 1,500 will be generous to EDG. Getting good value. I will say, I don't know if those plays would be possible if Palkia had landed more poke early on. Actually managed to make use of the Nico laning phase. We saw maybe 3-4 missed routes. I'm not even sure we saw a single route hit in the laning bit of the phase. I think we might have seen 1 or 2 in the actual fight parts of it later. Yeah. Anyway, Palkia does have flash and ult now. Angel's getting his flash back up soon. Angel's doing quite well, actually, considering the game. I think he's actually done quite well at pushing in, providing pressure. I think he's been better than Karis so far in terms of his what he's managed to do with his position on the map. Palkia was literally just fished out of solo queue like 2 months ago. Jesus, really? Are you kidding me? That's insane. Arn's 700 gold behind, but he is, you know, pretty close to popping the cull at least. That'll cut it back to, I don't know, about 400 gold lead, right? How much does it pop for? 400 gold, something like that. Jumping onto Palkia. Does have flash. Is it going to matter? So ult coming, hang on a second, Monkey doesn't have his ult now or his flash. Monkey goes in and he goes way too far. The flash engage not working the way that they want to. Jumping forwards with the Aurora ultimate, not bad. Xiao jumping forwards again, doesn't have Crescent Guard now, but still manages to get 1 on the way out. Taeyun pops the ultimate, transcends his spirit. Angel has flash, can potentially close down for something. Gets the slow with the Realm War, the Rune Prison. Oh my god, all my ability names all over the place. EDG, not a bad trade for them. Getting, what was that, a 2-for-1 all things said and done? Xiao dying in a 1-for-1 at the end. But Monkey going way too deep there, trying to go onto a Nico. I could easily disengage. Dragon alive again. 1.5k lead for W holds true for now. I really think W are at a stronger point in power here. They have their first items in on some very powerful characters. Arn does have that too, but he really needs his coal popped, I feel. Did get something out of that last plate. Gold's managed to go down a little bit after he's gotten a slight CS lead. Xiaohao walking over towards the plate. I actually think he's been skirmishing quite well, Xiaohao. Mark of Judgment comes through. Dragon getting lower. Vampire does not have flash. Xiaohao going in for a Crescent Guard, getting good damage onto Taeyun. A Vampire. Oh, he's cancelled out of his crash down. No engage. And the Smite steal. Xiaohao, awesome engage. Very solid. Smite and EDG will walk away with 2 kills. Also killing Cube on the side. And the Dragon. That is a play which could change the game. Get them onto 2 Dragons. Vampire and Monkey not able to determine that fight. Vampire cancelled out by that crash down, unable to find the engage. We said at WE they are all about these flashy engages from jungle support. Well, it didn't work out for them there. Palkia said the only team he'll play for is EDG. That's really interesting, Dark World. I didn't know that. That's really interesting. So I think that while the first play of the game from Monkey was really, really good, Xiaohao has used this aggressive Shinzao so effectively. You know, the Crescent Guard opens up a huge rift in the team, separates them out. This is why I think that Xiaohao could be genuinely a contender with some of our better junglers in the LPL. Arn gets a kill on the other side too, that's very important. If the Kai'Sa gets fed, that's something which WE can somewhat struggle with. He's actually ahead in gold now, actually. Hang on, combo there onto Karis. Not that much damage back onto ZDZ either, actually. Has the Chaotic Rooker going towards a... is he going towards a Locket next, actually? That'd be interesting. Oh, hang on. Can they stop that? Where's he teleporting? Oh, can't quite get the route. He's going to teleport to the other side. ZDZ is very likely dead here, folks. He is tanky, but not that tanky. Flashing out. Not sure about that one. Maybe just save that one for later. Turret will go down. First turret of the WE. They have the feats of strength. However, EDG will be able to push in towards mid lane. Is there any wave clear there? If they take mid lane out of turret, I think EDG are not unhappy with the tower trade, at least. Bot lane in a turret. And this is why I say WE, I don't always love the way they play around sidelines. Yes, they do get the kill and they do get the tower, but I actually think that EDG are happier taking the mid lane out of turret. Mid lane out of turret is the most important turret in the game, by far. WE didn't clear the vision in the Dragon Pit for that last play. Gave so much information for Xiaohao. Yeah, it did. Sometimes you just want to rush it, bait the fight in, just say, well, screw it, we'll go for it anyway. Herald is quite important now with the last play, because WE need to even up this mid lane turret trade, really. If they allow EDG's turret to stay on this kind of HP, it's really easy for EDG to play around the objectives because they get to shove up mid lane so much easier. Even right here, you see the body language is so different here, right? Palkia has flashback up. Vampire does too. Vampire could go for a bigger play. Uses the Shattering Strike. 5Qs backwards. Some good damage came onto him actually from somewhere. Not exactly sure where. Xiaohao has Crescent Guard, has Flash. Did W have to bail off of this? I wonder if EDG can just return back to the mid wave, push it back out. Well, yeah, Arn can definitely do that. He has the Q upgrade. His wave clear is actually very quick. See that? There's slightly more missiles coming up. Xiaohao over the wall right now. W tanking the Herald as it stands. Vampire on a bit of a long flank. He'll be spotted. So Vampire half HP on a long flank. Arn's push this in. W really want this Herald. I think EDG, they'd like to deny it, of course, but realistically, they just don't want to die to the fight. Here comes Palkia, 3-man ult, going into the backline, equalizing, not bad on the other side. Arn goes in to the play. The Vial comes in, but I wonder if it's enough. I don't think it is. He'll die to the play. Double kill to Rumble, who's doing a hell of a lot of work. Cube, how much damage he got left in the tank? Not quite enough. Karis might do, though, on the other side. Angel can jump forwards, has himself a flash. Lots of damage came in from the Rumble. You need the death toll is 4 for 3 in favor of EDG rather, and they'll get the Herald afterwards. The team fights have been better from EDG, and the God of Space on Nico claims some for his own, flashes forwards for a 3-man ultimate. Manages to cancel out even the Vi Q in there too. I actually think Monkey's had some poor team fights. Having his Q cancelled really hurts him. Means that he can't immediately blast back onto someone. Vampire not able to make the big engage in the way that he would have wanted to in this way too. Great play from Palkia. Angel manages to clear something up there too. And Angel getting all this gold is a little bit a worry here for WE, because yes, Karis is also fed, but when Ryze gets fed, he gets tanky. Tower killed on the top side. EDG 2-1 there now. Remember, EDG, they lost their mid lane out to turret 2, and I just wonder whether that's a macro error. 10 seconds till the dragon. EDG, they could choose to give this up. If they do get it, of course, it's a huge soul point for them. 2 items for Arn, who's now 1.3k gold ahead. Xiaohao, no flash for this fight. Angel does. Taeyun, no summoners. That is crucial, I think. Taeyun not being able to defend himself is scary. It's really scary for WE. Dragon now started. There is some vision here for WE. Vampire does not have flash. There is an equalizer. There is a Vi ultimate coming up in the next 5 seconds. W from Arn goes wide. I wonder whether EDG... I think you should play this a little safer here. Monkey spotted on the flank. Good blue trinket there. Karis coming in. No W hitting. They fly into the backline. Could potentially look towards Arn. Ah, he's off vision. Goes to get through it. Arn. Does he have the ult over the wall? Yes, he does. Vampire does not manage to find his man either. The equalizer's not bad into the choke point. And that's going to be a death onto the Nico. Herald spawned, I guess, tried to use it as a ramming tool. EDG, they do escape with Arn's life. I'm surprised they didn't ult over the wall, actually. They might have to give up the dragon. EDG, they're going towards a contest assault. It's still quite high HP. W instead choosing to go towards the mid lane turret. I think that's not a bad choice here. They did really need to even that up. Losing their mid lane turret earlier really hurt them. Instead, I think EDG are just saying, look, we're not going to realistically contest. Well, I say that. Palkia's now back on the table. They're pushing for a mid lane turret in general. I mean, they haven't taken the full thing. They do have the 3 grubs. Can they take it on this wave? I guess they can. Yeah, W really wanted to take this mid lane turret. It took him a little longer than I thought it would do. Oh, it lives. Oh, it just about lives. 34, 32 HP. The DOT not enough to kill it. And, oh, WE. Oh, what a fumble. They've given free soul point, the 3rd dragon, over to EDG, and they couldn't even take the mid lane turret. They were too slow to go towards the mid lane turret take. That is illegal. Oh, WE, that's a mistake. You gotta feel like that's just a huge mistake. They don't even get the tower. You know, them losing the mid lane turret early was bad enough. They're not able to return in that situation. That is a problem. And we're getting to the point now where Ryze and Ornn are going to be really hard for WE to kill conveniently. Taeyun's at 2 items. It's a strong point for this Nymaera, but they're really far behind. You know, Arn will kill him on the dive. He will kill him on the dive eventually. Arn doesn't need to go towards the AP build either, really, if he doesn't want to. He can go towards something like the Terminus later on. Seraph's completed for Angel. He's even harder to kill now. I think Angel has been really good in this. I think that Xiaohao probably is my MVP, given the way that he's engaged as a Xin Zhao. Quite hard to engage as a Xin Zhao, actually. Anyway, Atakan is alive. Atakan is where games go to die. Reminder, folks, this series means an awful lot. Not just because of W and EDG and their history against each other. They played against each other all the way since 2014. A harsh history. WE claimed that EDG poached Clearlove away from them in Season 5. Of course, then Clearlove went on to win MSI 2015. Some of that is history now. What's the rest of this history? Wait, mid lane tower went down to minions and no one got local gold. Well, so that is a nice little extra bit, but also it is worth noting that just losing that tower is important in general, just because of territorial stuff. Angel, he's quite tanky, flashing away. Can Vampire get there in time? Redemption's coming through, Phase Rush coming through as well. And Angel, this is the problem. When you get this tanky on the rise, you do just live for forever. Teleporting from Q, teleporting from ZDZ, and now I wonder if they've just gone too deep. Monkey, an awful first game. Karis trying to get the kill onto the rise, and I wonder whether he's just found himself his own grave. Taeyun jumping backwards, he will not be able to find things. A flash away from Cube, a realm warp forwards, as potentially the equalizer can get something back. Xiaohao trading well. Dies, but he'll take down 2 with him. It is a full ace for 1. A poor engage from Monkey, who is sprinting it in this first game. No, earlier we were saying in chat, well, who do you think the best player on the Rift is? Some people were mentioning Monkey, and my response to that was, yes, if he's playing well. The floor of his play is very, very low, though. It's the problem. That's the problem with WE. A bunch of players with high ceilings, low floors. So large engage onto the Rise, but he's tanky, he has phase rush, he has his own passive, and he has a flash. Gets over the wall, and the Vi gets pulled out of position. Suddenly the Vi doesn't have ult. Xiaohao gets to turn things around. With a 2-level advantage, by the way, that's only going to get larger with the Atacon taken. Tain tries to get some damage down, but he's 1,500 gold behind. Xiaohao gets the knock-up onto him, he's dead. Flash for flash between the Rise and the Nico and the Rumble. This game is very, very difficult for WE now. I think EDG quite clearly outscale. You have a Vi that is incredibly far behind, and Vampire has struggled to make engages. I think that Monkey and Vampire have been largely diffed by Xiaohao and Palkia in the mid late game. Yes, I think Palkia's missed a couple of his plays too, but I think Xiaohao has been best player on the Rift. Angel's there too. I think it's between those two for MVP. Ornn items coming through now, by the way. And I really like that they've upgraded the Rod of Ages onto the Rise, because I think any extra survivability makes a lot of difference. Going towards Azonius next to you. How did WE deal with this Rise? And if they don't deal with the Rise, what happens? You know, you jump onto someone next to the Rise, it kills him. If you don't jump onto the Rise himself, he probably finds his way onto someone in the back line and kills them too. Remember, Angel is a world finalist. Tuning 2020. He was there with Bin. Sword Art as well. SOFM in the jungle. He was the mid laner. I'll tell you what, his Rise is pretty good, isn't it? 2,000 gold lead for Arn. Has the Terminus in, makes him harder to kill. Problem with WE, the solo laners are so mid. I mean, I don't think Karis is the issue this game. I think that if you look at this game, I think you have to point fingers at Monkey and Vampire failing engages. I think their macro has been poorer this game. I think that their engages have been poorer. I think that Cube's been fine on the Rumble, actually. I think he's actually been one of the better performers here. I think that Monkey's probably been the guy that's pulled the trigger the worst. Dragon spawning would be Mountain Soul for EDG. Monkey has Flash. Has anyone not got Flash on EDG? Yeah, the Nico. That's important. There is Karis on the flank here. Xiaohao needs to be a little bit afraid of the thing over the wall. Dragon getting lower. Monkey, if he jumps in, he will die for this. It would only be for a single Dragon as well. Q cancelled out. That means he can't get into the pit nearly as easily. Dragon secured. Palkia gets a 2-man engage. And it's the engagers who are engaged onto. Palkia might die, but I don't think it'll matter too much. That's a good equalizer, though. And actually, maybe the fight starts to turn around. 13 has good damage. How much extra can you do, though? Not enough. Angel manages to turn around that Rise. Triple kill so far. There's potentially a Penta on the table right here. Gets himself so much extra damage. Does he have any extra follow-up? Perhaps he won't be able to get the Penta, but I think he's done enough damage. It was a decent fight for WE at the death of this game, but make no mistake, it is the death of it. Mountain Soul for EDG. They clear up 3. They lose 2 of their own, but I don't think they'll care too much. EDG. They lose their AD carry, and amongst that, I thought, well, you know, they're going to be out of damage. No, because Angel is so fed, and he's playing so well. He has been largely the difference in these team fights, actually. 8-0-2 on the Rise. Jeez. No, the initial, I really like this Ornn. It stops Vi from queuing in, looking for a steal. The engages are engaged into, and suddenly there's no Vi ult. Honestly, the hero of this play is Cube. Cube gets a huge equalizer. Cube makes this playable. And for all the shit that Cube has taken for Team WE, it's Cube and Taeyun that get the damage down here. Triple kill comes into Angel because he's not caught in the play nearly enough. Great Seekers from him to survive the last bit of damage there. But Cube's equalizer there was almost game-saving. Almost. There's still a fed Yunara? No, I don't think Yunara's fed. I don't think they're fed enough. I don't think that Yunara is going to be able to deal with EDG with a Mountain Soul that easily. Engaging onto Vampire. W goes down, will survive for now. If WE... Wait, I was the only one on the crew saying EDG 3-0 tonight. I was willing to lean into the hopium, but praying EDG bails me out tonight. Look, I mean, I think EDG are not in a bad spot. And I think the later the series goes, the more we'll see whether EDG are more prepared for best of 5 play than WE. One of our worries about WE is once they lose their best champions, perhaps they become much less impactful. Monkey spotted out on the flank here. This is where Realm Warps can be really threatening, actually. If he's spotted here, there could be a problem. Even if he gets a good... Hang on a second, he's going to get spotted out. He is on. Does he get a way out of this? There's going to be a... He has the Seekers. He has the Seekers, and that kills the engage. Nico's gone down, but so has Aurora. How much can Taeyun do? Not enough. It's a Seekers arm guard from the heavens for EDG. Jump out of the pit. Monkey might survive, but it's his engage which dooms EDG... Dooms WE here, rather. Barrel will get started. Palkia died, but I don't think he cares. He's created enough space for his team. What a benevolent god of space. EDG with the Mountain Soul, so much harder to take down. That Seekers was so important. I don't think Monkey checked the inventory. I don't think Monkey checked the inventory. He went golden, maybe thinking, oh, we'll be going towards a Jack show. Well, maybe not a Jack show for the Kaiser. He'll be going towards something else, surely. No, it's going towards the Zhonya's, and goddamn was that impactful. So impactful. What a Seekers. Flashes for the ult. Exhaust went onto him as well to slow him into it. I think they think that they can get the full CC combo. But I think Palkia and ZDZ have done a great job of opening up the fight with their ults. It's cancelling stuff like VIQs or Vampire's combo because it's knocking him up out of the crashdown combo. If WE loses this series, someone check on I will dominate. Wait, is he a WE fan? I mean, I think they're a fun team. I didn't realize he was a fan of them. Eldoran's human. It's perhaps there's an angle for W around that. Perhaps. Not going to give him too much opium. Well, you're behind over 5,000 gold. Near enough 6,000, actually. Excuse me. You've got, 4 item carries coming from the table. Ornn items. Mountain Soul. Atakan giving them an extra, 4,500 gold or whatever it is. Fan of Monkey, not exactly W. That's fair. No, Monkey's great. I think Monkey's genuinely very good. Everyone in 3 games. Monkey jumping forwards, uses the Q. Angel pushing in mid lane. I think EDG, real credit to them. I think one of the biggest differences in this game has been just about that macro. Angel can teleport back in. Great defensive ult from the Nico. This Vi does not win the 1v1. This is full contact team fighting. You engage in our carries, and we'll fly right back at you. On goes in like a bat out of hell. And leaves WE looking like meatloaf. That is full contact team fighting. Your carry can save themselves. Let's jump on their follow-up damage. What a great series of team fights from EDG in game 1. I don't even know who my MVP is for this first game. Perhaps Angel. On gets his 1,000th kill in the LPL with that flight from the heavens forwards. EDG will claim themselves the first victory in this best of 5. WE, a team which reached top 4 for the first time in, 4 years? Getting felled in game 1, and it was not a very confident game. Vampire, you can engage all you want, but your teammates are dead. Struggle to make an impact this game outside of the early skirmish. EDG, a confident game 1 once they started getting rolling. Meatloaf bat out of hell woke you up. Funnily enough, I actually dropped that on the LEC the other day. Occasionally I got one of those. Occasionally I got one of them. So, WE. Poor macro, I think, and poor engages. That's a problem. WE, you're not going to get too many freebies in this series. EDG are a good team. Could we see a world where we get double Nirvana teams making it through to the next stage? I don't know. Perhaps. Oh, I tell you what, my voice is all over the place, actually. Oh, gotta take it a little bit easy. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. I think Xiao had a great game. Okay, final hot take you've got for me this weekend. Hit me with it, Rafa. Hit me with it. That's a very cool outfit, by the way. Where is my chat box? Put it up here, actually. What have you got for me? Hit me with it, Rafa. I appreciate your hot takes, by the way. It's good conversation material. I think the real MVP for this split is the Shy. So the thing is, I actually don't think this is a hot take. My shortlist for MVP is Rookie, Jaculov, Tarzan. And then I think it's the Shy and Knight, somewhere in 4th and 5th. I think, personally, I put Rookie over the Shy for the whole of the split, but towards the end of it, the Shy was better than Rookie. I do think the Shy is the best top laner right now in the LPL. I think that Jaculov really deserves a shout-out, though. I think Jaculov has been insane. I think he might get MVP, actually. Casual alt account speaking. My dude, I have talked so much smack about the Shy over his career. Look, I mean, I'm not afraid to criticize players I love. You know, I've criticized Kanavi, I've criticized the Shy, I've criticized my favorite players. And I think that's also that's an act of love as well, folks. Sometimes you gotta criticize the players which you love the most. But hey, I think this split of all splits, I think the Shy has been really, really good. Not Knight. I thought, look, no. Knight, out of all the BLG players, deserves MVP over them, and I think that he's the only reason they're relevant right now. It's so funny, team of the week last week was IG except Hung, the support. And Hung was only there because you can't have a full IG team of the week, true. I actually think Hung has been best support of the split, by the way. I think Hung's actually been really good. Considering I thought his career was completely over, that's incredible for him. It's been incredible. Rookie, the Shy, and Jackie amongst the best players in the LPL. Is it 2018 again? I know, right? The Shy is a dirty inter. Don't let IG having a good split fool you. We still love him. Of course we still love him, but he's actually playing well right now. No, but I do genuinely think Knight is also deservedly on the shortlist for MVP. I don't think he wins it, but he's on the shortlist. Oh, this was such a good fight from Xiaohao. This is where the game changes, really. You know, Xiaohao splitting the team, allowing them to really just kind of dunk down with a couple of different carries onto different targets. Really, really powerful. Oh, he went mad. Okay, folks, I'm gonna go play some Umusume, and we'll play some adverts as well. By the way, if you'd like to subscribe, like, comment, all those things that just make a lot of difference to us. Rookie has been insanely clutch after 20 minutes in every game. This is the best decision making map plays. His hands are sometimes too fried. Yeah, and yeah, I think that... oh, I've just put adverts on, so he's not actually going to hear this. But I do think that, yeah, I think Knight has been the better mid laner, but I do think that Rookie has been the more important mid laner. We do not go for a 48%. We don't go for a 48%. No. I don't want to throw this. We get the sleep deprived anyway. You kidding me? We go for this. Ultra Prime versus Weibo is so funny. We get the Night Owl. Really do think Rookie otherwise would be the best mid overnight? Yeah, I think that Rookie late game has been really good. Do we go for the... Oh, I'll go for the 29%, sure. Please don't screw me on this. We did get it, nice. Oh, we have Charming as well. Oh, hang on, this is huge. Okay, this is huge. We don't go for the top one. We go for this one, we go for the... Okay, I need to check which ones these are. Holy shit, this is actually really big. Acupuncturist. Okay, where is Goshi? Okay, what are we going for this? Okay, so it's slightly under 50% to get both recovery skills. Max energy and energy and heal negative status effects. Health one might be okay, actually. I actually think we go for option 3. I actually think we go for option 3. Max 12 energy is really good, actually. We go for this. Come on. We win these, right? No! Shit! Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, fucking hell. That was like the more likely one. Ah, shitting hell. This is Guts or Stamina. We'll go for Guts. Actually, we do need some extra bits of this. Oh my god. I mean, that's a shame, because actually that's really annoying. We're actually in a really good run at this point. I mean, it's not bad still. Angel gets the MVP. Oh, shitty hell. I think it's like I do so many runs, I'm looking for great runs, not good runs anymore, you know? Okay, I need to get rid of these, what did I get rid of? Practice pool. But I still have Night Owl, so I... Oh, fucking hell. Let's rest. Oh my god, I'm getting so bad. I don't care, sure. I'm getting some... I do have Charming, which is a really good roll, but the rest of it's been kind of shit. I think I just got to do Infirmary again. This sucks. Well, I had really bad luck when what during the ads, Rafa. You should be happy to know, I suppose. Not happy to know. Just in case you do revel in my misery or something. Just in case. I'm actually gonna recreation. This is Gacha horse racing game. Yep. This is stamina. Okay, so we're running in... Don't need that. You can take straight away out. That's actually not too bad to take. Thank you, sir.
I hear, Alex, that you're the greatest Ari player ever.
Amazing indeed.
Grumpy's F gifted a tier 1 sub to Rafa Casts. They have given 130 gift subs in the channel. Jesus. 130, that's a hell of a lot. Yeah, there are some very generous donators here in this chat, Rafa. It's keeping us going. Zaref Mecca. There's an anonymous gifter which has gone pretty ham. Edelast, Judge Peanut. There are a ton of like, and there are many people which I should also name as well. Silas Chiel, Sarcasm, Reels D, Trend Backpack, Katari, and Duo. What's the story behind Amazing, or is it just happening now? So this game is called Uma Musume, so instead of Amazing, it's Umazing. That's basically just it, Rafa. That's just it. Uma Musume translates to horse girls, and that's why the game is about. These are race horses reincarnated in another world, effectively. Well, not reincarnated in another world, but this is basically characters which are inspired by the stories of real-life race horses from Japan. And I'm just saying, it's peak. It's peak.
把生活玩出新意，自由自在，灵感随行。
用个性的方式画世界，让眼界突破边界。
I just realized there's a giant spider at the top of my room, but that's okay because I have a lot of flies in my room. I gotta take care of them. We're now roommates.
上期热搜赛事预测，使用 AI 预测助你赢1000元耳机。
We win those. No diff. The lore is great. Yeah, the lore is actually surprisingly good. You're like Northern Lion if he had hair and was more interested in League of Legends. True. True. Although, funnily enough, Northern Lion's wife... dropkick. Northern Lion's wife plays League. I think she was at MSI, actually, because they're Canadian. I've watched Northern Lion for, like... God, how long now? I started watching him about 10 years ago, I think. Yeah, I think I started watching him 10 years ago. Not sure if horses from other countries get added later. I don't know. They might do now with the global success of it. Because there's a ton of money involved. Skill points. Still have Charming, which is good. Actually, I guess we go with this then, just to train up this a little more. I ran out already. Yes, I did. Okay. I do need to get that up. I also need to get that up. This is... This is actually our best card for stamina. We should probably do this. And I played Dota back in the day. Wait, really? Damn, didn't even realize that was crazy. I never knew about that. It's very cool. 25% chance? Fuck it. We win those. Nice. Cool. Secretariat in Umasume, that'd be crazy. I mean, the one which I don't think they have... Oh, we got Fast Liner? Damn, we're getting like so much random luck about around the place. Fast Liner is insane, by the way.
So it gives you 10% off of all skills, which is kind of insane. We will do this. Hey, J-Ball, how's it going? We rest. We've had just the most spiky luck this. I'm glad we didn't choose the. Which one is this? Is this? The volume is so different between break and ads. Sudden episode from blah blah blah. Speed or stamina and wisdom. We actually go for. We actually go for speed. Our speed's lagging behind a little bit. Although normally I like to go for some wisdom. I think this is fine. I think we go for we go for this because we're using fast line and we really want to get Doris up just a little bit more as well. Hey, we got a hype train. Let's go. Nice. 1 turn until that. 2 on that. We go for this 100%. Yeah, 100% we go for this. There's a 3-minute clip of him saying where he's quitting Dota is harder than quitting heroin. Really? Wow. Do you think W can still win? Absolutely. This look in. They're a good team. They're a good team. Okay, now we're looking for a long distance S, and we're looking for straightaway surge. So eyes open for that. Looking for the pink one. Spring Runner's not bad. Okay, so we failed on this time. Spring Runner's not bad to get though. We have one more chance to see if we get ourselves like the good roll. But we can hope for that later. We can hope for that later. Okay, now we race again. Our power's a bit low. A bit worried about that. The next event is long distance. Yes, it is. It is the longest racetrack in the game. 3,200 meters. The Spring Tennis Show. It's a right-handed, firm conditions, spring race with sunny conditions. And yeah, if you don't have like 1,000 stamina and 2 gold skills, you will die. Was map 1 an outdraft? I think it was an outplay. I think it was an outplay. We actually have to put this on 2 times speed because otherwise it'll get into draft. I just remembered I grew up close to one of the biggest racetracks in my country, multiple G1 races. People used to fly in to watch the bigger races and traffic would get crazy. So funnily enough, I also grew up next to a race course. Grew up next to Southwell Racecourse in Nottinghamshire in the UK. I've been to the races once, I think, in my life when I was younger. I barely remember it. Easy win. Easy win. Around the outside in the corner. Dropkick. Cool. Well. But no, I don't think game 1 was an outdraft. I think actually it was an outplay on the whole. Should be into draft soon, folks. There we go. Called it, didn't we? Into game we go. Into draft we go. Gwen banned away, Annie banned away. W on blue side. They were on last game too. Juicy deck. I have a really good deck. Yeah, I've got Akita-san Black, which is my own MLB. I'm borrowing a Max Super Creek. I've got Sweet Tosho. I've got some other good ones. Wukong banned away. Skarner. I'd imagine Skarner's going to be perma-banned by EDG, you know? I'd imagine it. Poppy banned last. So what's your first pick? You have Talia Pantheon still available. Varus. Varus is the easy one, right? But then again, Tane did get the Yanara last game, which is very high priority. Didn't do much with it. Jarvan could be strong here, because you've already seen the Varus. Do EDG have a... Well, they just banned the Poppy. Maybe this is why they did it. So they can say, right, you can go towards the Varus, but then we'll have ourselves a combo which can dunk onto him, and you don't have the defensive tools available for it. Yeah, go Jarvan. Why not? There's no Shinzel on the other side anymore. No Wukong, no Poppy. A lot of the early skirmishes are gone. What beats the Jarvan now? Pantheon's not fantastic into him, actually. Sivir's fine in lane. So now you can have Sivir empowering Jarvan to run forwards. You need a little bit of extra combo to jump forwards with him. Trundle is available. Trundle is available and can be quite strong here. You can dunk on... You can put the ult on the Jarvan and you can struggle. Although you could go Pantheon Talia as well. That being said, I just don't know whether I trust WE to do Pantheon Talia. I don't know whether I trust them. I think I prefer to see them on the Trundle. They go towards the Trundle. They can lock in a tank now themselves. EDG might go towards Alistair on 3 if W don't pick it now. I think W might go Alistair right here. Because Alistair is very good against Trundle, because Trundle can't steal Alistair stats, which means often the enemy team will want Alistair. If W take Alistair, it's a takeaway from EDG. I think you want Alistair right now. If not, I think EDG can lock it in on 3. They lock in the Yorick. Okay, I think EDG, I think it's an Alistair angle. I think you go Alistair, you ban away Silas in round 2. It's one of the other things too. You need to make sure that Silas is not picked into the Alistair. Makes it pretty much an unwinnable game at that point. Well, I mean, you could go for the Jax as well. True. And if you do that, it forces W to ban the Alistair in the second round. You can ban Silas. Angle for the Alistair on 4. Jax is pretty happy into the Trundle on the whole. Can stop a lot of his auto attacks. Can hop away from the pillar. Renata banned away, interestingly. Yeah, I think that WE... Do they ban Alistair? Or does... If EDG bans Silas on their last ban... Yeah, they do. Now you don't have to ban the Silas. I suppose EDG could look for a Braum as well. Braum is okay. Not fantastic, but it's fine. You need some people... You need a mid laner that can follow up as well quite easily on the engage. Maybe you could go for the Orianna. Orianna's pretty good into the Yorick too on the whole. Braum banned away by EDG. I would have thought they would have liked that. Because again, it's one of those tanky supports which doesn't rely on resists, so the Trundle doesn't get that much value out of it. Suppose you could go towards something like the Nautilus. With Rel being gone, just kind of go down the tier list of engaged supports. I think it's quite risky playing this kind of comp into a Trundle. Akali banned away from Angel. Angel, of course, reached the World Finals playing the Akali back in 2020 on Suning. Very confident player of the champion. Do you support counterpick or mid counterpick? Angel was incredible in that first game. You want something that can follow up with the Jarvan. Ahri might not be bad either, actually. I think the Nautilus is the easy one. It's just going down the tier list of engaged supports. Vampire may well go towards the Leona now. Yeah, easy enough. You don't want to pick the Leona on the other side because, again, too much of your resist is stolen by the Trundle. Nautilus can at least get out some parts of the map. I think it's quite risky what EDG are doing. I think the Trundle really does hurt them. Leona locked in. Then you have to blind pick your mid lane. Do you go for the Talia? Leona Talia is not too bad. Varus Talia is not bad either. Orianna's the stronger lane. What would Angel go if he goes towards, if Karis goes towards the Orianna? What would he go there? Because if you go for the Talia, I think it's an easy Orianna lock-in. It works well with the Jarvan, has a good lane versus the Talia, and Angel played much better than Karis in that first game. I'm actually quite worried here for WE because both of their solo laners could get counterpicked. And typically, WE do not do that well with it. Now, Angel is a pretty good RE2, and it's good follow-up with the Jarvan. Pretty good into the Talia. A lot of people thought that, you know, Talia, good matchup into the RE because you're anti-dash. Well, often what she can do is kind of like wait for you to use it and then engage on you elsewhere. Good versus the Trundle, because you can dash out of that. Good versus the Leona as well. As long as you get yourself some ult hunter stacks. Angel going towards the RE. EDG, quite a low tank team, but that's pretty good versus the Trundle. I think they've got different options versus the Yorick. If Angel starts winning mid lane, if this mid-jungle 2v2 works out for EDG, I think they're right as rain. My worry is bot lane gets a little bit rocked. Monkey starts to get putting pillars up behind the Nautilus and he can't escape. If EDG start to miss position, I think they get torn apart quite easily by Trundle Leona. I'm not going to say this is an outdraft. I think there's enough playable factors on either side. I think EDG can play through mid-jungle. I think they can play through quick picks. I think they can play with the Jarvan into the Varus being very strong. On the other side, you have Trundle catching people out of position with the pillar, forcing ults, forcing flashes, kills. Let's get ourselves into game. I'll be back in just 1 minute, folks.
30秒到达战场，碾碎他。全军出击！
Well, I'm glad to see no one's died yet. What's a heart? What are those things which leads to Kingdom Hearts? Yeah, so I've heard. Invading in from WE. EDG do see this. Aftershock used. Palkia in a little. Hang on a second. That's a lot of damage onto Monkey. He can't even get out. Xiao gets the level 2 from the walls. And Drabra's going to go down too. Disaster for WE. Their jungle support dies at the early levels. EDG getting the early play this time. Xiao starting on his own wolves, quickly getting level 2, and then using the flag drag is an incredible adaptation. Xiao massively out jungling Monkey and punishing Vampire at the level 1. Oh, WE. Taeyun, I mean, he's got Flash and Barrier. If the hook lands, he is in deep shit. And there's no hook, actually, he's at level 1. Just walks away from the lane. Hail of Blades used. Kill going to Arn. He'll like to, of course, reset and use that. Taeyun with a level 2 wants to potentially land an E and get a little bit of poke down. Palkia and Arn be able to collect the wave at turret. Oh, Xiao. What a play. Ricochet will go through the whole wave. Of course, Sid is very good at collecting waves like that. Massive misplay from WE. But also, what an adaptation from Xiao. What an adaptation. Even skips his red buff to make sure that he's not contested on that. Arn and Palkia holding on to the wave a little bit just to make sure that they can be safe to collect it a little bit further up the lane. Close to their turret. Mid lane, Angel's doing fine here. ZDZ, fine versus Cube as well. Ooh. Nice denial of the Q there. The grass does come back anyway, but still not bad there from a spell shield. Used quite effectively there. Back into the play. Taeyun putting some good damage down with the arrow. I'm really quite worried now for WE. Potential of a flag drag coming through. Passive coming through onto him. Wants to wait until... wanted to wait and see if there was a pillar to come out. There wasn't level 2 on the chomp. Actually, what happened there was Xiao saw the damage coming through from the chomp, realized it was level 2, not level 1, and then knew that there was no pillar. That's why he ended up doing what he did there. Oh, Cube, don't overstay like this. Might have to flash away from the counter strike. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. Flash easily there. No flash now on the Yorick. Oh, WE. Their early game's so often been where their success has been. Reminder, folks, if WE lose this series, despite all the hype, all the pomp and posturing, their year would be over. EDG would get revenge on the team which knocked them down into Group Nirvana. Revenge would be so sweet. With that in mind, EDG, a team which we thought would be the better of the teams earlier at the year, the start of the year. EDG got knocked down anyway. Monkey on Skarner. Destroyed them in that final game, catching out Arn on the Fed Kaiser. Cole now coming in for Arn. That's very same AD carry. I saw Doinby pull off a miracle yesterday. I'm not losing hope. That's true. Series yesterday was great. For those of you that missed it, it was a 5-game banger. Ooh, pillar. Valkyrie does not have flash. Now, how much damage can they do? The ricochets are doing quite good work here, actually. Can they turn it around onto the Trundle? I think they can potentially flash forwards, and you've got the lethal tempo running. That's a problem. You don't have it on the Varus. It's 1-for-1, but I think jungle for support, you'll absolutely take that for EDG. Another kill towards the Sivir as well, who is hyper going towards the late game. CDC gets another stun on target, and we're seeing more and more, actually, of the Jax into the Yorick again. We saw it a little bit at the start. LPL top lane is feeling a lot more comfortable with it now. Xiaohao going to quickly go towards that dragon. Monkey 0 and 2 in the early phase of the game. ZDZ does have flash potential. You can see that Cube is just being forced off of the wave. Overstayed that one time in top lane has led to this whole ordeal. He's trying to get himself towards the level 6, but ZDZ will hit it there first, and now he can't walk up. You can't walk up. Not really. ZDZ potentially what he could do is go for a flash counter-strike. Leap strike over the Dark Procession if it comes in. Cube very close. He's only 1 minion off of the level 6, so he should be happy to do that himself. But that being said, the passive's getting stacked up from ZDZ. Warning Mist lands onto it. Level 6 hit. And now Cube can fight back a little bit more. I really like how ZDZ has been using his counter-strike to deny the Q damage. Hey, Angie, how's it going? Good to see you. How's Valheim? I saw that pop up earlier. ZDZ trying to... Ooh, if he can kill the maiden, that's fine. Z, you can't allow this to die. Going, hang on a second. That's a lot... My dude, did you really just let your maiden die like that? Cube, that is unforgivable. Xiaohao, was he spotted heading in here? Not sure, actually. Well, he's spotted heading out of there now. They don't know the ward's there, by the way. Going towards that top scuttle. There's a camp behind. Wants to be more active on the map. But come on, Cube. That's such a big mistake. And there's even a chance he gets dove here, by the way. Trading a grasp and a... passive auto for a tower shot there, which you'll happily take. Level 6 hit for Xiaohao. There's still no flash on Cube. Still no flash on him. Cube trying to get some healing from that. Cube does manage to do so. Does Xiaohao kill him? I wonder if he does. Taeyon, I don't think he's going to be up here soon enough. Stops the recall. Now he might be. If that Flag and Drag had come in a little earlier, Taeyon's coming up. He doesn't have level 6 reminder. Okay, ult coming through. Dunk coming through as well. And that is a very dead Yorick. Xiaohao, does he die on the exit to it? No, not quite. Taeyon doesn't have flash, doesn't have an arrow. Flag Drag will take him to safety. I think ZDZ could jump in for a little bit. Hang on, where's the arrow? Where's the arrow? It might be in range here. It might be in range. Where is that arrow? Trying to get that last kill. And he gets him. Long range sniper. In fact, he gets the ult too. He can get a second kill. Where's the extra cooldown? Needs one more. There you go. Double kill towards Taeyon. The sniper cleans up too. Really wonder whether ZDZ should have tried to just trade his life there. Get the stun onto him. Oh, that is huge for Taeyon. 3-0 now in the early game. Yorick has been shut down. Yorick is still 1,000 gold behind, but giving a double kill over there? Big mistake there from ZDZ and Xiaohao. I think they should have just dove without the wave, you know. The knockup came in. Double flash came out through after that point. And I wonder whether they should have just split instead of both of them dying. Of course, what happens here, Xiaohao doesn't get the backstep, of course. How close was this? How close was it? We don't say... Give us... Come on, let us know where the actual dodge was. And of course, ZDZ doesn't have anything to get out of this one. Level 6 hit by that kill. And he gets the kill off of that. Xiaohao will still get himself 3 grubs on top side. Reminder, this is still a good early game for EDG. The Varus getting ahead now is definitely not something which EDG had planned for after that early play, but Arn is still very, very happy with his position in the game, stacking up the cult. Is this going to be 2 grubs now? Oh, it's all 3. It is all 3. WE a later and going a late thingy to the approach towards that. I'm going to quickly, in this break of play, just get myself a coffee. I was brewing the other one. 1 second, folks. And we're back. Glad no one died. Now the thing is, Taeyon getting those kills is obviously significant, but I don't think it's as important as the Yorick being behind. If the Yorick doesn't get side lane pressure, I think WE have got a huge issue on their hands. Hang on. Cube, my dude. Failing to teleport. What the hell was he planning there? Use it. Cube, my dude, make it less obvious. What is happening? Karis coming up. I just don't get it. And there's suddenly 3 grubs on the other side. Cube, that is unforgivable. In the most important series of the year, Cube had a good game 1, but this is just not acceptable. You see it walking up there. You see him put the ward down in there. Angel gets 2 plates off a top lane for free. He's had to recall and go in late now. Angel can back off if he wants, but he'll quickly clear out a wave. That is just not what you need. W do know there was a ward in there. Ah, hang on. EDG will know there was a ward in that Tri-Brush now because their ward died, and they saw that. What was that? Oh, cute. You have almost 500,000 mastery points in Varus? Damn. Good going. I used to have a secondary account where I had even more. I had other mastery points on it too, but I can't remember the login details to it anymore. I used to use it as my AD carry account because I wasn't very good at AD carry at the time. CDC teleporting topside. Choosing not to contest the dragon, interestingly. CDC wanting to kill the... Hang on, can you just leap strike over this? He actually might still be able to get this, yeah. And he just loses the maiden again. Cube! The level of Yorick play from him has been a little bit all over the place in this split anyway, but ZDC is just toying with him. Angel might be able to use his ult to get out safely here. Good charm. It's decent damage there too, actually, on the whole. Let's go for the Blackfire Torch build, interestingly. I haven't seen that. Now, the thing is, Blackfire Torch and Leandry's got pretty heavily nerfed. You can go towards Bloodletters after this as well, worth noting. No Ari ult means that it's a much easier time for EDG to look for a play up here. Monkey does have Flash, but he doesn't have the Maiden. 3 grubs for EDG while making it easier from the Cube. Puts the Dark Possession down. Will flash, and it won't matter. It won't matter at all. 2 Dark Seal stacks for Angel. They have the 3 grubs. They choose to trade a dragon for a kill onto the already anemic Yorick and take his tower away from him. Karras does not want to go to that side of the map. Reminder that there are no grubs for WE. EDG, much better macro. WE, they're not a great side laning team. You know what we were saying before this? Not only is Cube playing poorly, but also W don't support him well either when he's behind in the game. This is one of those moments, I feel, where EDG just completely choose to not play around that side of the map. Perhaps Karras actually should have dropped off for that wave. Plan to defend that side. Palkia can come up here now. Can they trade it for turret? Perhaps not. We'll see. Flick back. Does land. Level 6 available for Palkia to CC them up, and they don't get the turret. They don't get it at all. Yorick, what does he do with his wave on the other side? Does he try and freeze it? I don't know what he can do now. I don't know what he can do. No, Angel's 1,000 gold ahead. EDG, I mean, they're just looking so much better than WE. The macro is so much better, and this is what I've been saying, like shouting from my little soapbox here for the whole split. WE's macro is just not that good. Their macro is not that good. They're good at flashy engages. They're not actually that good at macro outside of early roams and Monkey and Vampire and Taeyeon kind of drooping up as a 3-man unit. I think it's not helped by the fact that the solo laners don't create pressure on their own often. Karras sometimes does, but they don't do it often. But there are, you know, many causes for these symptoms. Even in gold now, the AD carries, despite the fact that the 3 kills did come through. The cannon was missed there. Yes, we saw that. Potential jump forwards, jumping over the flick back, jumping forwards. Pillar missing. If that charm had landed, yeah, it could have been a kill there actually onto Karras. Angel missing the ult. Of course, no Malignance, so longer ult cooldown. Has the one. Hang on a second. That's a flash available for Vampire if he needs it. Nautilus all going to come through onto great damage from Arn, actually, forcing the flash out of Leona. Very low HP as well. Arn starting to flex the muscles a little bit. Palkia just walking up and bullying about Vampire. He's had a bit of a poor series himself, honestly. Only the first 2 games, of course. Not tell too much from it. Karras potentially threatening something onto Angel there. This is where we can actually see the Ahri get real good value over the Taliyah. I do think the side laning matchup for Ahri is very good into the Taliyah on the whole. Is voice okay, by the way? Yeah, voice is okay for now. If it's a 3-0, it'll be happier. If it's a 5 game, we shall see. I'm trying to keep my volume down a little bit low. Just because Rookie would have landed that charm. Rookie is a very good Ahri player. I think Rookie is one of the top 4 Ahri players in the world at peak, I think. I think at peak you have Knight, Chovy, Faker, Rookie, and then I actually think Care is a fantastic Ahri player in terms of specific Ahri mechanics. He's a worse player than the others, but he's a very good player of that champion, which makes up the difference. Okay, not able to stop the maiden this time. Arn just kind of instantly clearing through waves in the mid lane, as is Taeyeon. Now there's vision on both sides here. Herald is alive. Atakan spawning on bot side. I don't know. WE, they're down 2,000 gold. I'm just worried about this Yorick. I'm really worried about this Yorick. I don't know what they're going to achieve. They'll be able to get the bot lane turret while this Herald's going on. Cube could teleport up, but if he does, I just don't really know what it'll achieve that much, really. Easy kill on the Herald. They're trading Herald for the turret. It's a late approach from WE. I mean, yeah, that's not really an approach at all, actually. Maybe a pillar can force an ult. No, it can't. Cue Ball get the turret. But this was an accepted trade from EDG. They're happy with that. The Herald means they can potentially open up mid lane turret. It's actually very hard to get hands onto. Ari will clear out this top side. 2 long lanes now to play around for EDG, which I think is better for them. So I think that, I mean, normally I'd say that the Talia is better at moving to those plays, but I think with the way that Angel's playing, I think Angel is more likely to be at the plays quicker. Sivir can also run much more easily to side lanes than Varus can. WE's solo lanes have been gapped hard in Group Ascend. They have been. Yeah, but they have. And I think largely W have been macro gapped in Group Ascend. Despite them being actually quite good at creative skirmishes, and particularly early game, they've been quite good at it, actually. I think that their macro makes it much harder to play things through. And then I think later on, hang on a second, he's just used his flag. Ult coming through now as well. Xiaohao needs to wait a few seconds. Flick back misses. Good escape there from Xiaohao. And now, have they overextended? We'll see. No solar flare, no wall. Teleport coming down from the Ahri as well. He's going to arrive just before Talia. Charm lands onto the Trundle. Not bad damage, but it's not the best there either. Herald could be used as a battle Herald. Now, that'll be interesting, wouldn't it? There's a Talia ultimate. There's no Talia ultimate. The Ahri ultimate yet to be pulled. The flick back landing onto one. Charm landing in the middle of the fight onto the Yorick. Yorick's not going to get that much done. Lawless ult is superb as well. Angel to start jumping forward to get resets down. Double kill towards Angel on the Ahri. Going under the turret. Maybe that's a little too far, actually. The counter strike. There is still a turret here, folks. You got to be careful. ZDZ doesn't have a flash out. Good damage. The triple kill for the Ahri. Perhaps the quadra kill for the Ahri as EDG clean up on the bot side of the map. EDG pounce. It's a 4 for 2. I thought going that far into the turret would actually just get EDG killed, but that's not the case. The Herald will charge forwards in bot lane. It's a turret. It's a set of kills. WE, their macro has been poor. They're leaving a turret onto the bot lane in a turret, taking off over half the HP of that. Hang on, guys, if you don't respond to that at all, you will lose that fully, you know. Mid lane turret. 3 grubs jacks. Does he just kill his 2? That's going to be almost a 3. Wait. What's happening on bot lane inner? Doesn't that die as well? It does. The bot lane inner turret also dies. And because there was the Herald summoned by someone, they'll also get the gold for that. That was a 3 turret push and 4 kills. WE, a macro collapse from this team. A macro collapse. Can you remind me who got the Pentakill and Ahri last week? It was Saber, I believe. Was it Haichao? It might have been Haichao. Sorry, Haichao. On the Ahri. Haichao, yeah. So Vampire gets caught out at the front, but he's trying to play the front line. Just doesn't get that much value down. Of course, doesn't have the ult at this point. The Battle Herald is superb. Nautilus ult is disgusting for the backline too. Oh, and that is a disgusting hook. Angel gets the burn from the Blackfire Torch onto multiple people. And I did think that they'd gone too far into the turret, but you look at the ricochets. Oh my god, almost a pentakill. Ridiculous. Well, Ahri now has a 10-stack Dark Seal, has the burn item combo, Liandry's and Blackfire. Which, by the way, Trundle hates playing against. And I get it now. Alex is casting Vampire Chokes. Yeah. Yeah, Dogwall, apparently the Chinese community call him Chowvi. Chowvi was really good on debut in terms of mechanical play. Okay, so W did get a dragon in amongst the mess, so it is an early soul point for EDG, but, you know, the EDG 5k, what has happened with WE? He just looks so out of sorts. I think Monkey's looked off, I think Vampire's looked off, I think Cube has been playing very poorly. Karis, I mean, I don't think he's actually been the main criminal, but he's not been the solution, has he? Taeyan's been fine. If this is the end to WE's year, how depressing and disappointing would it be after giving so much hope for EDG to get revenge over WE, a team, old rivals, with some bad blood in the history too. Mean a lot to EDG as an organization. And I'm really excited to see how Angel and Haichao perform against the Sen teams if they do make it through. It's now started. WE have a chance to take a fight around the most thrown objective in the game, I think now. No longer is it Baron, it is the Atacama. I see more throws around it. Arn pulling the ult forward, trying to catch on Taeyan, doesn't have flash. Charm misses, not a great angle there from the Ahri actually. Angel needs to be very, very careful. Taeyan does a lot of damage there. The Ahri's pretty much out of the fight. ZDZ though goes into things and kills Vampire. Don't need the support, he's killed. Needs to do more than this. On, taking damage from the Atakan. Angel can recall and teleport back in. Where's the leap strike? There it is. So it ends up being 1-for-1. Both supports down. Not great there from EDG. Ari can teleport back in. Actually wonder whether WE can just go straight towards this now. ZDC can leap strike away. Oh, that's not great from him. Uses the counter strike. Where's the flick back? Oh, ZDZ, that's a mistake. ZDZ, a huge mistake from him. Arn doesn't have flash. This is a huge potential for WE to clean up something. Angel, does he get a charm over the wall? Has to flash away. Good flick back. Haichao has the flag and drag ready and available. Palkia, Leona coming back into the play as well. Ari does not have Malignus, so absolutely does not have their ults available. Charm lands with the Zenith Blade waiting for them. EDG, it's a classic Atakan throw. WE pick up the pieces. And they'll go back towards that Atakan. Can they actually do anything about it? I suppose they can use the Hex Gates to get back into the play. Arn didn't recall, it's worth noting. So Atakan will go to WE. A poor fight from EDG. ZDZ outplaying himself on the Talia wall. A mistake from him. Should have just leap strikes a little early. Intercarn braces us as WE get themselves back into the game. Angel, poor play from him onto Taeyeon, had no follow-up. ZDZ, poor play around the Talia ult. Bit of a choke there in the late game, but WE, good for them to pounce on the opportunity. So Arn pops the ult early, and I'm not sure I love it. But Talia comes in, really Angel losing all of his HP to the Varus. That's a huge problem. He gets the charm there, gets the kill, sure, that's fine. Yeah, you get one kill from ZDC onto the Leona, but I don't feel like it's that valuable, right? Then the extended play, you know, Ari chooses to teleport mid lane, not bot lane, which means that he's not around to help with this. And ZDC, I don't know, support play, isn't it? Arn needed to be a little closer, or ZDZ needed to wait a little longer. Okay. Gold advantage, a little bit more even now. W with the extra Atakan stats helping them too. Arn is about to get Infinity Edge, which is terrifying for WE. Cube getting himself actually a gold lead now. 2 items on the Oryx, so he's actually useful now. ZDZ collecting the wave hit. Has teleport. Can deny a wave if he wants to. Still, you know, doing quite well. Dragon spawning in 10 seconds. Both top laners having teleport. Ari close towards the Horizon Focus third. It's a bit of a strange build from Angel. The Blackfire Leandries is a nerfed build that is worth noting. Both the items lost a bunch of AP. EDG trying to fight their way into river. Haichao, no, sorry, Haichao, Xiaohao rather. Around the bot side of the river right now. Killer landing onto Angel. Flick back. Forces the ult, and you don't have Malignance. This is the problem without running the Malignance. Jumping forward, Charm landing onto Leona. That's not bad, actually. Really good damage onto him. Vampire getting very, very blasted out here. Haichao's on the flank. He can dunk down. That's the Leona dead. How much extra damage have they got? Angel has himself a reset. Can jump forward. Charm flashed away from, and it's a catch onto Taeyeon. Flash dies anyway. WE got the easy ult out of Angel, and then Vampire walks up and dies. A huge mistake by the support of WE. ZDC will jump onto Monkey now as well. By the smite out of him. No smite in time to kill that dragon. EDG get themselves an early one. An easy one there, rather. Third dragon. Monkey did not have smite. Was still on cooldown after using it. Onto that fight. Cupid stayed around on top side. Will get himself decent gold from this top lane turret. But Vampire, a huge in the mid lane. Forced the ult so easily from the Ahri. Just walk away. Wait for it to time out. Vampire walked up and got an easy kill. But now Angel's overstayed. I think he was going to die from this, realistically. Still got something like a phase rush. Angel. One good play, one bad play. Xiaohao. Ooh, gets a charm, but not enough damage. Massive overstay from Angel. Potentially that even opens up... no, nothing onto the Baron. Shame that. Loses some Dark Seal stacks. But right here, you know, the ult is popped easily. But then Vampire, you shouldn't walk up like this. You shouldn't walk up like this. Karis, Vampire. Giving an easy opening. You force the ult, just let it happen. Spell Shield from Arn sees him through the ultimate as well. Xiaohao comes in through that. Sorry, I don't mean Haichao. I don't mean Haichao. I did see Haichao. Sorry, it was just a... Okay, sorry. My brain's really off today, folks. I didn't mean to say Haichao. Angel, probably I meant. Sorry, you know I'm not feeling great. You know I'm not feeling great. I have said it a number of times the last few days, folks. Thanks for picking up on it, but yeah. Frozen Heart into Hai Chen Hao, interesting. No, I fucking... Xiao Hao, I see the Hao. Ah! It's the friggin' Hao in it. I don't know, yeah. Sorry, my brain is just not there. I think Angel's been punished for his lack of malignance a fair amount this game. Genuinely feeling bad about saying that, though. Setting up around the Baron now, EDG. You know, they have a slim gold lead. I'd say it's not huge now, but the dragons definitely help. Starting up on it. Oh, a decent amount of armor. ZDZ can hop over and start DPSing it down as well. Ari needs to come into the play. They managed to catch up. Monkey, though, he puts the ult down and he'll flash out. That's not that bad. The Varus ult lands. It's going to be a lot of damage onto him. Arrow comes through. Monkey gets the chomp down. Gets hooked back into the play. Sivir, can you start DPSing down? Where's the Ari into the backline? They need to kill the jungler. Angel gets one kill. Flash forward from the Yorick. ZDZ trying to do an extra bit of damage. Trying to go onto the Yorick and onto the Leona. Juby's not strong enough. The standard goes down. Gets the extra attack speed. And EDG, it's a messy fight, but it's a 1-1. 4 for 2, they do keep themselves their smite alive, and Xiao Hao with the standard, giving the buffs towards this Sivir, really helping them DPS. And get themselves that Baron. It's not been the cleanest of late games, actually, from EDG, but W have been just set behind from that early game. Monkey very underpowered. Cube took so long to come online. Yes, you get a lead in the side lane, but you need more than that from a Yorick. And Xiao Hao, awesome play here on the Jarvan. So what happens here? Monkey walking up to see the HP. Then a great Hex Flash over the wall. Palkia lands the hook, full CC combo. And even though he gets the ult down, he's still at under half HP now. I think Angel plays this fight very riskily. Kane loses the spell shield. Angel misses the first part of the Q, which gives him a ton of damage back onto the Varus. Varus is actually a very good Ari counter, because he's so good at random turnaround bursts. You can see right there, Angel misplays the fight just a little bit. Xiao Hao's late game's been good, though, on the whole. Great damage from Arn as well. Late game Sivir activated. Not gonna lie, Vampires look dire the whole series so far. I don't think he understands where he needs to be in the team fight. And I think for instance, he's trying to protect Karis on that mid wave, so he stands in front of him for the body block, but he dies for free. If Vampire cannot threaten the Sivir, or someone who's engaging, perhaps ping an ult onto Ari or Jarvan, even, then the fight falls apart. I think WE, they kind of needed an early game advantage to fight around the level 1, the 1 to 2 item spike. But Monkey and Vampire getting destroyed at level 1 in the enemy jungle, they're definitely hurt. WE just as a whole, I don't think they understand how they want to be fighting these team fights. They've been trying to play around the Talair ult a little bit. It's not really been that helpful. 20 seconds now to tell a potential Hex Soul for EDG. 3.5 items on most people in the game. EDG slightly far ahead. Sivir ult used. Jumping forwards, double knockup, and the jungle support, who started this game getting dipped, will end this game potentially being dipped as well. It's not bad combo onto it, but I mean, Varus is left out alone. Jumping forwards, there is no escape for you, WE. They will be the Underworld elite now, as they're all sent into the ground. WE, they finished top 4 for the first time in, what, 4 years last split. EDG were a team which were felled by them on the way into Group Ascend. EDG coming back with a vengeance and will take the series to a 2-0 point. The Maiden is the one that took. They have the 3 grubs, EDG. This will be an easy finish to the game. WE not putting up too much of a fight around the big objectives. That Khan gave them a breath of life. Quickly snuffed out. I really think Xiao Hao is having a great series. Oh, man. Well, welcome back, everyone. I'm going to put some adverts on. If you'd like to... not my best cast there, folks. Not my best cast. Is Monkey bad, or do I just happen to only watch his worst games? He's good for 1 game in a series. And I think that WE have been... Yeah, I don't know. I think EDG have just banned the Skarnet. And I think it says an awful lot that they're winning on red side. Monkey is choking. I mean, Monkey was really good for again, like, for game 1 of a series. And then after that point, he'd start to run it a bit more. What a depressing end to this year would it be? It would be very depressing. Gonna put on some habits. W will have to reverse sweep now. I need to remember we have Charming. A little bit of energy up from this. I actually think we go this. We need to get Super Creek up. Nice. Okay, we've got all of our friendship training activated now. Nice, that's good. Is reverse sweep possible? It's unlikely. But I don't know. I think they're looking really weak right now. Just really weak. We'll actually go for the extra training here so we can hopefully get a well rested next time. Oh, I shouldn't have done that actually. Well rested, nice, cool. Now, I actually think we race here, by the way, because there's a special event which happens if we win this next race 2 times in a row. We do want Spring Runner at some point. We do want this at some point. Stamina Eater we've already got. Monkey would be great at Worlds because of the format. True, true, true. I have no idea why W was favored before the game. I mean, I think they did have a ton of games off of every single team. So we were thinking, well, okay, surely if they can take games, and they slaughtered Anyone's Legend, right? Do you think, well, okay, perhaps the you know, they were better than their record suggested. Oh, we're running through the middle of the pack. That's actually really bad for us. Thank you, Deeks. I appreciate it. Do we have enough power to make it through the center of the pack? I don't know if we do. I think we lose this. We're not going around the outside of the final corner. I think... Wait, hang on. Absolute Cinema? Absolute Cinema. Who cares? We're actually just Absolute Cinema. Who cares? No. I mean, technically I'm streaming it too. Drop kick. Ooh, we want to get the we need to get stamina up really for the... Yeah, we need to get like minimum 1,000 stamina. That's not the difference. We will rest. We go for power or guts? I think we should go for a bit of power. I think guts will be fine now. Actually run it. Yeah. Do we know what caused the long pause at the start? I think it was a peripheral issue for Karos, wasn't it? This is power. Wait, what's this? Part-time job. Oh, it's Hansham Race Course, the other one, which we don't need, so. Worst. Worst was good. Nice. We'll actually do this just to get the reports up a little bit more. Chow How? Or rather, Chow V. Hi Chow, you know? Oh, that's nice. Oh, that is. We do want this. We do want this as well. We want this. Reverse sweep incoming? Maybe. Well, they're gonna have to turn it the hell around. They're one game away from elimination now.
是暗夜的猎手，更是夜拍的高手。OPPO Find X8 系列夜景人像神器，夜拍超清晰，人像 MVP。
TCL X11H 领耀 QD Mini LED 电视，纯净画质，细节尽显，细腻光影，丰富明暗细节，典藏级影像体验。TCL
红冠战马。更受中国电竞用户喜欢的能量饮料，更受年轻人喜欢的中国能量饮料。中国电竞，当然有我，有能量，当然战马。
奥峰电竞椅，职业战队的选择，连续5年中国电竞椅销量第1。奥峰 G7 专业人体工学电竞椅，22项调节，提供腰颈肩全方位支撑。上官方旗舰店搜奥峰 G7。
今晚碾压局。你的车
就这样了吗？或者说，
开局吗？
开就开。
Not even close. Is this by distance? I think it's by distance, isn't it? Damn, crazy. Bonk. Okay, the most important role we're looking for now is straightaway spurt and long distance aptitude in the next inheritance thing. Oh, this actually gives us... No, this is actually good. This gives us a mood up that we were looking for. This is good, actually. This is less good, but, you know. We can actually run in the Japan Cup now because of that. That's okay. This is fine. We don't get hit by this often. I can't be that annoyed about it. Okay. Not gonna lie, it's not the best positioning to be in. I hate being stuck in the middle like that. We're not really prioritizing that much power with this build. This is like running for high stamina and stuff. Okay, that's better. We're through the pack now. We need to stay ahead of the pack. If we fall back into it, we're in trouble, which we might do here. I don't know. Our power's not awful. It's just... Okay, stamina's... I mean, our stamina's good anyway. We don't have problems with stamina. But... Do we have enough power to make it through this? I don't think we... I don't know. I'm actually not sure. Oh, we finished like third or something from this position, don't we? Yeah, that's not great. Shit. Well, whatever. Fifth. Damn, even worse. I think I need to take tomorrow off, folks. I'm already not casting well today. I need to take tomorrow off. I'm sorry, Duro, by the way. Sorry, Yahoo, if you're in chat, brother. Sorry, I just saw Duro, just names. We go for the fuck it, we tried. Oh, we passed, nice. Yeah, I'm not casting well already. That's not, yeah. We shall take the energy up. Nice, cool. We do want Spring Runner. We already have the one go home specialist thing. We have another gold recovery we can take. Iron Will's kind of meh. We're hoping for cooldown from the Medra and the Queen card. Yeah, I need it. I'm not casting that well, folks. I'm sorry for that. Oh, we're into draft. Okay, well, we'll have to do this after that, and that's fine. At the start of that rest. All good. All good. All good. Feel free to take the rest of the day off. W look too doomed. I can't possibly remove my curse from now, can I? Can't possibly do that. Poppy's been banned for the entire series. WE struggling to make blue side work for them too. This could be a problem. Of course, we haven't seen EDG on blue side, but my worry is that WE, they're losing on blue side, which is seen to be the stronger side. They're not even getting away with that. The Skarner will be permanently banned too. I don't see why they'd ever let that one come back up. Galio banned away from Angel. He's a very good Galio player. So what's left up in terms of OPs? Well, there's no Trundle anymore. Wukong's the big one. Annie Wukong's the big one. Wouldn't surprise me if there's a first pick Wukong actually for Monkey. Do EDG ban that? They banned the Annie. So they're happy to let the Wukong go through. I suppose that would prop up Karis a bit more too. First pick Wukong likely here. And Xiaohan has to think about what he wants to do into that. You can go... I suppose you can go Sejuani. Doesn't feel great. You could go for something like the Rakan. When's my next on-stage cast? On Sunday, I will be casting G2 versus KC. I'll be on desk on Friday. So my LEC desk on Friday, casting on Sunday with Medic to do G2 KC, which I'm really, really looking forward to. Should be a great series. Oh, do we get Angels Akali? He was banned away from him in the second round last time. He's a good player of it. I don't think you need to blind pick mid here, do you? I don't think you have to. Unless they don't, Karis really doesn't have anything left. He can probably go towards the Orianna as the thing. Karis Orianna's fine. Nocturne's not bad for Xiaohao. He's a great player of it. Quite like that hover, actually. G2 KC is such a banger to cast. I know, right? It's crazy. Top 2 teams in potentially in LEC. Of course, MKoi's up in the mix too. I think Fnatic a little below them. Oh yeah, Pantheon has been let through this entire time, by the way. I don't think Pantheon's awesome into Wukong. They chose the Wukong over the I just completely forgot that. Sorry about that, folks. Again, my brain's all over the place today. Alistar locked in for Vampire. Now they know there's no Sylas threat because the Alistar's locked in. Corki for Tane, so some early power in that lane. Oh, if you go for the Ambassador, you can Pantheon Ambassador as well, which is a nasty combo. It means you've got some very powerful individual duelists in solo lanes, which is a worry for W, because their solo lanes are often where the worry is for the team. And the Ambassador's locked in. Renekton banned away is one of the better matchups into the Ambassador. I'm not really sure what ZDZ's going to... I'm not sure what Cube's going to do. I guess you could ban Sion. Sion's not a bad ban here. Sion... Yeah, I think Sion's a good ban. You could ban the Orianna as well from Karis, but I do think that potentially Cube is going to go towards just a heavy tank, and the Sion's the one that's left. It's typically an okay matchup into the Ambassador. Yeah, ban away the Sion, I think. Easy ban. Ban away Aatrox. I just don't think that's worth it. Unless EDG just think, look, we're going to dive past the tanks anyway. I just think that Cube gets quite an easy matchup there, and it's one he's more comfortable. And Renata banned away from Palkia, which is more lane dominant. You probably... Wow, do you need another bit of CC from support? You could go Braum. Ezreal's not a bad lock in here, and you can kind of pick support. Morgana has been very strong recently, but that's typically been on the top side of the map, actually. Ezreal's not a bad lock-in. Senna has the follow-through damage. Ezreal a little more survivable. I think this is probably the least convincing draft I've seen from EDG. But then again, I think the gameplay has been much better from them than WE. Ooh, Sion is locked in. Oh, and it's the Ziggs. Okay. Now, that's something a little bit different. We did worry about that, Ziggs. Now, you have locked in two very squishy carries on the backline. I think that this is much more WE's comfort zone, though. Much more their comfort zone. The Bard's not bad to set up some engage from long range. It's like a budget Leona in some ways. Good laning phase too. Ezreal Bard always was pretty good at that, actually. The Bard locked in. Now, EDG, hard comp to play. WE much more towards their comfort zone. I think if WE are going to start mounting a comeback, this is the kind of composition I wanted to see from them. The Vampire's on one of his best champions. I think Cube is on a matchup which is much more happy for him too. It's a much more solid matchup for him. Now, EDG, they can still dive onto the carries. If you dive onto the Ziggs or the Corki, you might just die. Ziggs bot lane? Ah, okay. Ziggs bot lane, Corki mid, perhaps. Okay. I suppose Corki at the level 1 is really, really strong. Wonder whether Angel's happy into that matchup, actually. Taeyeon going towards the Ziggs, so it's not really about bot lane laning phase. Now, that's interesting, as W often play through bot lane early game. That is very different for them. Coaches will fist bump. I think Corki is a better matchup into the Akali on the whole. Okay, EDG on the brink of a 3-0. Not sure we expected that coming in today. I thought actually, you know, W would be slightly favored. But EDG showing the power of Group Nirvana, apparently. Into the game we go. Ooh, is that an audio desync? We've been pretty good today with the audio desync. Doggo just yelled, "Sate the hunger" on stream. What? Is that a thing? Is that a Warwick thing? Angel, hang on a second. Well, there's no combo for Vampire just yet. You know what I'm going to quickly do, just before we get through into our first... Oh no, I can't really do this at level 1 here. Okay, we do need to quickly reset the audio because it is a little bit desynced. Don't worry, don't panic, don't panic. Just making sure that the audio is resynced. Just because I had a little bit of audio sync there, and we're back. Easy enough. Missing there at that point. Palkia looks like he got an electrocute trade, or 2 actually onto Vampire. Takes another auto 2 in return. Good double Q this time. Taeyeon really needs to be the one to kind of like carry the early damage in this lane. Ow. Yeah, auto Q with the meep on top of it does actually proc electrocute from Palkia. Bard is another Q lands. And I gotta say it, folks, genuinely think that good headbutt away actually. I do think that Palkia has been the better support. Good damage onto Taeyeon. Heal now used to block out, dodge out an Ezreal Q. Arn's Ezreal has been very, very good in the past. Xiaohao walk. Going red buff across the rift. Do they know he's there? I don't know if they do. I don't know if they do. I wasn't paying attention to that. Monkey on his Krugs. So he went Raptors, Krugs, red buff. So he's going to lose his blue buff. How much does he lose on top side? Does he lose Gromp as well? There's a chance that Xiaohao can go blue buff. Take Gromp. He's going on to the Gromp now. How quick will Monkey get up there? Xiaohao doesn't have smite for that weapon. Wow, that's some good damage from Arn. Doesn't even take a tower shot in return. Xiaohao should get the Gromp before Monkey gets up there. Oh, it's going to be close, actually. It's going to be close. Needs to get that. Okay, gets the smite off of it. So he gets 2 camp steal away. I'm sorry, I didn't see in the picture there. Did anyone see that? Oh, wow. Monkey's going to spot the entire topside gone. The early plans from EDG have been much better than WE on the whole. There was the one in game 1 from Monkey and Vampire. But Xiaohao, I think, has been exceptional today. Oh, at least quote as Sate my hunger. Right, okay, I didn't realize that. Maybe that's what it was. Going in for a Raptor steal now. Monkey will be able to clear something away there. I mean, I say that. I mean, I do think the Pantheon beats him there. Gets the passive coming through, and Bard's on the run. Bard is on the run. Now that's a problem. Can stun himself to his own clone there, actually worth noting. Monkey, where's the stun coming through? Oh, that's not great from Palkia. Should be able to get over the wall now, jumping forwards. Xiaohao, how much damage can he get done? Needs an empowered Q or something. Karis can flash over, potentially. Bad mistake from Palkia. Bad mistake from him. Angel's now into the play too. Gets himself his own electrocute trade. No mana left for Karis, but can he do it with some basic abilities? Oh, bad mistake from Angel. Should have just waited until the flash came through. Palkia, almost a slick Q flash. If he gets that, I think they do actually kill. Good camp steal. Well, it wasn't the camp steal away from Monkey. Will get himself the top scuttle. Xiao has more camps on the bot side available, but he just needs to be able to claim them. Well, kill came in for Karis. Monkey got the assist. Xiao claiming through his bot side now. Does Xiao go towards bot scuttle, or does he allow bot scuttle to go over, knowing that he's too low HP to really contest? I think this should be a bot scuttle fight, shouldn't it? Realistically. Palkia got himself a little bit more XP on the roam from Chimes. Xiao going towards his blue buff bot side. I think the scuttle should be easily taken by Monkey. So actually the early game plan, I think it was good from Xiao. Palkia kind of messed up in that top side jungle, which means that Monkey's back in the game. Angel gets himself the cannon there. Passive auto. Of course, Angel's Akali has been very successful in the past. Won the champions he reached that world finals on in 2020. Good dodge there from Arn. The astronaut, bro. Good sound effects though. Double heals taken by Arn there from the healing shrines. Bard, one of those champions which just, you know, leaves. Potential cancel on the back with the E from Cube. No, doesn't have it on cooldown. Ooh, ults through. So he's level 6 to level 5. Pantheon not at level 6. Not a bad trade from ZDZ. Cube not at level 6 yet. Actually a decent trade, and he has, you know, double cookie ZDZ. He can keep himself in lane now. Realize, look, I'm not going to use this ult for that much other stuff, am I? So, gets himself a little bit more farm before his first back. TDZ, not bad trade there, actually. Can start the Q. Q wastes the mana on that Q cast, of course. That's the big thing. I mean, you don't actually get the Q cooldown that much because it puts into a 1 second cooldown. You do get the mana in there. Combo onto Palkia into the minefield. Not bad. Bot back. Doesn't have flash, remember. Where's the binding? Does he need it? Flash. He falls for the auto and he'll get it. Great combo out of that bush. Palkia, a poor early game from him. A failed flash in that... Not a failed flash, but a failed Q in that top side leading to a kill for Karis. Down bot side, doesn't have that flash, walks up too close to that bush, dies, not going towards something like the barrier or anything. Not barrier, the Guardian goes down. Great combo there from Teo and Vampire. Great damage calculation. Much better early game from WE this time. Xiao driven onto Karis. There's level 6 from Angel. There's no flash on Karis, worth noting. But Angel not close enough to get anything out of it. Combo there from ZDZ, actually. Getting great damage onto him. Cube not really had the mana to trade back against ZDZ, actually. It's one of the problems with mana versus energy champions. They do have that resource advantage on you over time, a lot of the time. Okay, so EDG, playing for a little bit behind the game now. On the brink of getting revenge over WE, who knocked them down into Group Nirvana earlier into the year. WE on death's door. Their year ends if they lose this game. They must reverse sweep to move forwards into playoffs proper. Gets himself top scuttle, even in farm with Xiao. Again, Xiao, best laid plans laid to waste, aren't they? Sometimes. He's actually incredible in that first early invade. I thought it was very impactful. Cube on bot side now. Taeyeon on top side. Triple teleport. Quad teleport actually from W with Vampire getting it through the spellbook. No spellbook for Palkia, worth noting. Wanted the early damage. Red buff invade. Potential of Cube ulting into the play. Now, I say that, but also there is the E from Pantheon which could block it up, and that would be a big problem. Red buff steal confirmed. Stun did land onto Cube though, I think. Probably don't understand much. Dragon started. Grubs are alive. W may choose to go towards the Grubs there. Of course, Grubs with Ziggs can be a very powerful tool later into the game. Herald as well, of course. Do they start it up now? No, actually they don't. Surprised at that. No early start there. I would have thought that W had a chance to go towards them quite easily. They'll go towards it now. Just a little bit delay once Hayen on this top side. Combo into the wall. Great damage onto DDZ. Yeah, don't stand next to all versus an Alistair. And, ooh, just get a bit of regen back. Has himself refill button. 3 biscuits, so quite hard to actually get that much damage onto. 2 grubs taken, but not 3. Dragon on the other side playing by Xiaohao. Oh no, so not 2. The first one taken. I thought that was 2. Fog of War messing with me. Palkia on top side. No heal, but does have some healing shrines, and the ult is not available just yet. EDG clearing out that wave fairly well. I think EDG has actually had a pretty good series on the whole. No worries, JC. Well, Habsrock, rather. Thank you, I appreciate that. Now, I'm quite interested to see what build Angel goes towards. Going to get hit by a few full Q there. If Akali doesn't go towards something like the Riftmaker Leandris, you really don't deal well with Sion in the side lane. You can clear the wave away from him, but not even going towards something like the Conqueror. Akali does need to go the right build to really get the most out of that matchup. On even in gold with Taeyun. Because Taeyun got that first kill. EDG's composition is going to have to work really hard to get onto this backline. W must peel well for their carries, but they have all the tools to do so. Whoa, hang on, wait, is Monkey really 0-8 on Wukong this year? Really? Jeez, are you kidding me? Team W all year. Jesus, yeah, Monkey is 0-8 on Wukong this year. You're actually correct, this year. I didn't quite realize that. Monkey is actually quite a good Wukong player for my mind, but suppose they've not been playing that well around it this year. With that name and everything, I know, right? I know, right? There's not a single champion that can kill Sion. That is the worry. However, if you kill everyone behind the Sion, then it's not an issue. I think that's the decision they made with the Akali over something like the Orianna or something like that instead. And of course the Ezreal over something a bit more tank killing as well. Could have always gone to... Hell, you could even gone towards someone like Zeri, right? If you really wanted to. Yeah, Marco, that's the idea. Hang on, potential ult from Xiaohao on top side, who's not called Hai Xiao, believe it or not. Can't believe I got this so right. Oh, my brain is just not all there today, folks. Doesn't always need to be. LPL is my comfort place. Brain's got a lot of the work downloaded already, really. Cull being stacked up by Arn and Caps, so both teams having a Cull. Xiaohao around Fog of War. Good defensive vision to make sure that Xiaohao can ult from out of vision. Vampire spotted. They know there's 3 men on that top side. Angel has the alternator going towards a burst build. Probably something like the Protobelt to try and dash into the backline. Needs a bit more of that gap close. You're not contractually obliged to play every game front to back, true. And EDG will very much need to make sure they don't fall into the letter of the law. Yeah, if they front to back, they lose. WE massively win front to back. EDG... the problem is, I don't really know what they do around side lanes. Sion is really hard for this team comp to do much about in side lanes. They don't kill him that easily. Maybe when Xiaohao gets 2 items and a Black Cleaver, he can do bits and pieces, but it's quite a long way off here. Bard can make some side lane plays. Arn's doing quite well by himself in mid lane, about half a level up. Got a lot of solo XP. Of course, Bard doesn't need all the XP himself. He just goes and roams and takes chimes. Stack up on bot side. Alice is here. Corky's here. Pantheon is in range to ult though. If they dive him, there's going to be a Pantheon ult. I think this is really dangerous. I don't think you want to dive this. I really don't think you want to. Good regen from CDZ. Reminder, he does get that, of course, from his passive. Pantheon ult coming down. Just to make sure someone's under turret. Not sure I love that Pantheon ult, actually. I think that was, yeah, a bit ill-advised. It's okay, it's fine. It's just a cooldown used. Eclipse now built in for ZDZ. Now the question is, will he go towards Shojin or Black Cleaver? Black Cleaver is way better at killing the Sion, and at that point, maybe you can kill the Sion individually. Dragon now alive. Do EDG choose to fight for it? I guess they could. Quite good area control from WE, and if it does come to a front to back, WE win. I don't think EDG want anything to do with this. They don't have the Pantheon to open up an extra angle. Gonna push in mid lane instead, but they're happy with this. W are happy with this. I think ever since Palkia messed up in that topside jungle, giving Monkey a way back into the game, I think W have found their way into the early and mid game very comfortably. Now it's really on EDG to make something happen. If this slowly happens, I think EDG are quite hard pressed to make something work here. Ezreal ult helps click the wave, helpful. 3 grubs from WE, of course, helps them take down turrets quicker. The Ezreal ult, good wave clear though. W are the ones walking up towards it though. It's getting to the point where, you know, another auto attack or two, and then Ziggs can come down, just satchel the tower and kill it. Vampire going into the enemy jungle. Good vision control for him. No Pantheon ult still. EDG look like they're very likely to just lose this first turret, right? 3 grubs will likely just kill this. Okay, doesn't get the W down in time, and he's probably going to die. Yeah, Angel's dead either way, really. Good timing. Easy first kill. Easy first tower. EDG do come in now, but not sure about this EDC. He might have to ult his way back over the plate. There he goes. All right, well, what cooldowns has he got left? That's not a great flash, actually. The side ult going straight on towards the Ezreal. Not really sure you want to be there, EDG. EDG lose 2 kills very easily. Easy tower. WE just cleanly playing around the plate. Playing it slowly. Playing around the tank front to back. And WE to slowly play out the early game. Play around those tanks. This is a much more comfortable competition. 2,000 gold ahead now is Karis. Much more comfortable game. I don't think EDG find it easy to win from this point. They really needed some good early leads onto someone like the Akali, or shut down the Ziggs, or, you know, the early jungle pathing. Very hard composition for EDG to play, made even more so by the fact that they're behind in the game now. Oh, combo onto Vampire. Flash away. With Vampire being low HP, ult not available just yet. That's going to be at least a delay on the Herald. If they can get the fight before he manages to get back onto the field, that's great. I don't think they can take it by the time he goes back, regens, comes back into the play, but I suppose that's something. Flash down on the Alistar makes it much harder for him to reposition to peel. Cube doesn't have teleport worth noting. ZDZ doesn't either, but he's walking up to the plate. There's no tower for EDG to give up on bot side. Palkia will try and hold the door shut here. There's a little bit of damage there. Ow, good damage, actually. Vampire does have his ult back up, though, so he could fight if he wanted to. Has exhaust as well, no flash. Arn, good poke onto him by Tane. Are they going to find their way into the objective? I guess not. All right, Herald taken for free. Sion pushing up bot side. There'll be a recall coming in from Palkia, presumably ZDZ, to clear up that bot side as well. When Arn hits 2 items, is that enough for them to play around? Perhaps. Karis is really strong, you know. Quite worried that Angel is just not going to be much of a factor here. Great damage from Karis. Great damage from him. That early lead. Dive brewing now. Herald might be used as a getaway vehicle, actually. They don't have to use it too early. If anyone goes under the turret, they can hop into it. There they go. Do they look for a fight? They can knock them up and go the long way around. Gets to knock up onto the Ziggs. Bard comes through. Oh my god, the Herald could go for a huge knock up here too if they want to, but doesn't quite going to get the angle they need to. Angel, how can he get into the backline? Doesn't have his ultimate going right now, and he doesn't really have that much HP. Cube is pretty much unkillable. CDZ does have an ult. I think EDG might have actually had an angle to win there. They couldn't get themselves the damage they needed to. The Herald used mid-combat. Not to that much avail. Does stave off the dive, of course. That it does. Angel Kale versus Vampire Vladimir next game. Yeah, let's go for the name thematic champions. I think this should be top lane turret easily taken. Yeah, we've got Ziggs here, we've got the Elder Satchel. EDG don't lose anyone on the actual dive, but they'll lose the tower. CDZ coming up here. Hang on a second, not sure about that one. Chow's coming in, he's going to go right on top of it. He just dies, goes right on top of Soundcube. This team composition from EDG was hard to play, but I'm pretty sure this is not how you play it. WE, great, slow, defensive play Palkia's next into the play now. Goes straight into another solo Cube. Cube's having a field day. Cube dices the team. Karis doesn't die on the back end of it. The Cube misses this time. But W, this is a field day for them. Ezreal misses as well. EDG, I think they realize how unplayable this game is. I think they're phoning it in a little bit. Not great to see from them. Just jump straight onto a minefield and a sound cube. I mean, yeah, if the Ambassador lands the ult, maybe it looks better. Jesus. And then Palkia goes into another sound cube. I mean, W can't believe their luck. Let me jump into the mid lane now. There was a Bard ult, but again, I don't think it's going to lead to that much. Satchel will kill the tower now, so that's going to be all outer towers down in favor of WE to take the outer ring. Dragon is available. Easy, easy, slow, tank-heavy play. This is what I like from WE. Should have called it off after the Ambassador ult failed. My problem is, I wonder whether the Pantheon ult was clicked by the time the Ambassador ult missed. I wonder if that was the case. $4,500 gold lead to WE. Lots of towers taken. 2 dragons, 3 grubs. Feats of strength. What damn they have, really. Cube is unkillable. ZDZ is going towards Shojin, by the way, not Black Cleaver. Black Cleaver's going to be taken by Xiaohao instead, most likely. I'm glad that WE have found themselves a bit more confident in this series. It would have been sad to see them bomb out in the way that they did. Atacon started from WE now. EDG, can they find a second angle of attack? There is a ward behind them. Angel does actually have a great flanking angle here. Will teleport into the Tri-Brush most likely. Atacon at half HP. Xiaohao does have ult. Bard will delay things as well. Kali teleporting into the play under half HP. They're going to find an engage through that. I don't know. I think they're a little bit late here. Actually, no, it's coming in just in the right time. Taken, though, by the Wukong. Not a bad empty but, well, no one else is joining the play. No one else is joining it. They tried to go for a steal. Angel teleported in. EDG don't look for the fights. They'll use their own Bard portal, and there's 4 people going over there. Good double stun. Vampire will see a number of people next to the wall. Atacon goes, well, sorry, the Ambassador goes in. Angel, can he get himself into the backline? Goes into the Shroud. Not really sure I can get the full kill. Perhaps he can. Going on to Taeyun instead. Oh, overcomplicates the combo a little bit. Flash away from Taeyun. Sees himself to safety. 11-0. Not a single kill for EDG. You know what? This is more what we expected out of this series. WE, slow, confident player around heavy tank team fights aren't not really been able to impact this game at all. I'm going to say that. He's also not had a negative impact either. No deaths. That will change now. Vampire will potentially kill his old lady carry. Arn and Vampire, the old IG bot lane from last year, reunites in tragedy. Will they get a kill? That is the question. That is the question. EDG just couldn't find an engage. It's very hard for them to get onto the carries with the lack of damage they have as well. Feels like you don't just need 1 good angle, you need 2, really, 2 or 3. TDZ gets into the back line. So what happens here? He tries to ult and then follow him after the flash with the E. There was a heal though from the Triumphant Roar. Yeah, too much. I think it was a heal summon as well from Vampire too. 8,000 gold lead. The most dominant games of the series we've seen so far. At least in the other games, WE had the chance to team fight. EDG doesn't really feel like they have that. It's a good game from WE. Very good game for them. Karis has a very solid game here on the Corki. And there's just no damage from EDG. They can't get through the Scion and they don't have the positioning to get past him. So Cube, real credit to him. He's been playing well in the front line. Jump in towards the bot side. I just don't know if they got the damage. Kara's taking some damage, but, well, Angel's not there in time. Arm's being dealt with by a Scion. 3 dead, 4 dead, and there's not even going to be a single kill for EDG. WE. Well played to peel back again around their tanks. Arm. 1-0, 1 and 0. Flashed onto. I don't think he'll be able to get out this time. No. Smash down. Keep will claim that kill. WE 17-0. Dominant game. Nexus will fall. We'll get at least 4 games today. WE, a much better game from them. Now, best of 3s, they normally win 1 game in a series. Best of 5s, we'll see what happens like that in this split. Winless on Wukong no more. True. First Wukong win of the year for WE and for Monkey. It was 0-8 before this. Okay, folks, I'm going to go put some adverts on. I'm going to have to rest my voice a little bit. And, yeah, if you're enjoying this, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Again, not my finest work today, I'm sorry. We'll leave you with the race as well, why not? Hell yeah. When is this? Is this Japan Cup? Oh, Remakin. Oh, yeah, this one's better for us. It's a longer race. Okay. Get drop kicked. Okay. Okay, we get we can rest now. I think it's probably the right play. Perfect. Shelly redeemed the compliment. What? Wait, when we get that? Oh, we got a nice one. Cool. Nice. Let's just let's have a look. Okay, let me have a think, Shelly. Let me have a think. Shelly, you around? You around? Oh, that's damn low, actually. I think we go for that, right? I guess. Shelly, I know you have egoist in your name, but I've literally seen you do nothing ego-driven in your entire time here. And I genuinely think that's a good thing. I actually cannot think of many people with less ego. And that's a good thing. I think you're very selfless, like... yeah, you're a very positive person to be around. And you will save some energy here. Yeah, I think that... yeah, I genuinely don't think there's anything ego about you. And that's a good thing. God, I hope this doesn't go to 5 games. My voice is struggling. Guess we do this. Fun fact. Never think. Let me have a think. Karas MVP. He was really good at first. He was really good. Fun. Oh my god, 3 fun facts. 4 fun facts. Oh my god, 4. Okay, helicopter is not a combination of heli and copter. You know how we use like gyrocopter and unicopters and stuff like that? It's helico and pter. That is the Greek kind of part of it. No. I can get through these. I can get through these. But yeah, helicopter is not a combination of heli and copter. And then anything which becomes copter after that is the etymology is very different. We've ended up making that way. It's all right. I'll see if I can make it through all of them. I'll redeem any which I can't get. Yeah, helicopter is not from helico. It's from pter. It's Greek. It's okay, but we can rest here. Same prefix as pterodactyl. Exactly that. I'm pretty sure that dinosaur translates to terrible lizard in that note as well, actually. Terrible lizard, which is in like terrifying lizard, basically. Yeah, that's the translation of that. Let me have a think. Anything else? Pterodactyls, worth noting. I'll have to do 2 on dinosaurs. I'm sorry, this is what I know. Pterodactyls are not dinosaurs. Actually, Amber got there before me. Yeah, pterosaurs are not dinosaurs. Now, most stuff like sauropods, theropods, stuff like that, they are known as non-avian dinosaurs. And we didn't roll the right thing. By the way, this is now like a bit of a mech campaign. Pterosaurs are not dinosaurs. Their hip shape is very different. In the same way that crocodiles are not dinosaurs. One on each. I think we actually just rest here. For better training later. I really want to get like double things. Oh, poop. So that's 2 fun facts, I think it was. Gotta get 2 more fun facts. Let me have a think. Wait. 1, 2. There's 5 in there. 1, 2, 3 fun facts. I gotta get 3 more. Let me have a think. You can prove, you can prove the nature of light as a wave through mathematical functions. Maxwell's theorems can prove the nature of light just by using like basic mathematical formula. It's called advanced electrodynamics, which is what I did in university in third year. It's probably the hardest thing I ever did actually, but you use stuff like sheafs and pointers and arrows, which are kind of like ways to determine, they can like, yeah, mathematical formula about how you present information. Yeah, but Maxwell's theorems, you can actually, you can prove the nature of light from basic mathematical theorem. I guess it is a fun fact, but also like, I reckon, yeah, whatever, I'll have to count 2 more. Oh, Jesus, hang on. This is a long way, so it should be fine. Let me think. Oh yeah, we have stamina reader, I forgot about that. It kind of takes 1% stamina from everyone on the map, it's really cool. 2 more, let's have a think. Did you know that in the original Pokemon game there was an unused type of Pokemon called Bird type, which was never used, however Missing No still carries the type, which is the bugged Pokemon which you can get from Out of Bounds in Pokemon. Yeah, Bird type is actually a Pokemon type, which was unused in the final game. That's 4, I need 1 more. Nice, we've got tons of legs, let's go. Anything else? Oh, sail up and down the island. Right, yeah, you know, but the bug Pokemon, whatever it is. Not bug Pokemon, yes, but like the bugged Pokemon. You have to glitch it into the game, you can't get it, like, regularly, I'm pretty sure, right? Do I have any other fun facts? Let me think. Oh, did you know that hyenas are more closely related to cats than dogs? That's actually one which I didn't know until recently. Now I do. We're actually gonna... The thing is, we actually do just need to make this... this is not like a great run anymore, so maybe we do just run a load of races and see what happens. Whatever, it's fine. Yeah, but hyenas are they mustelids? I want to say they're mustelids, not canines. Something like that. No, that's not true. That's not true. I can't even remember that. I'm just completely talking mad shit there. Well, recreation. Nice, good NGO. The learning curve is a struggle. Yeah, Des, honestly, you need some good support cards and it makes your life easier. I was really just eating shit until I got like good fuck, I don't need to worry about this shit anymore. Hyenas are more like mongooses, right? Wait, is that true? I do know that honey badgers are not badgers. Also, red pandas are not pandas. Although there were giant red pandas which were pandas. So they're actually not that closely related. Yeah, honey badgers aren't badgers, I'm pretty sure. Also, the mantis shrimp is not a mantis or a shrimp. Pretty sure. Easy. Whee. Slap. I've managed to get Aurora a career win. Nice, 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 nice. I'm nowhere close to getting her used to, getting her to Arima Keenan. I can use my Medra McQueen as like as a long bot, basically. But I do need to get like a big turf winner, basically, somehow. Or maybe I need to borrow a turf winner. I might be able to do it for her. I might be able to do it, you know. This is good. Getting some good double training stuff. Do you think reverse sweep? I think that draft was the worst one of the series. So are we gonna lose? No, okay, we're good. I think it's unlikely to be a reverse sweep. I think that typically WE are not good in long series, typically. I mean, last split they were, but I think that teams did not give them enough respect. Into the game we go. Game 4 of EDG WE. Last game, bit of a bad draft from EDG, if I don't say so myself. EDG, though, get themselves blue side for the first time in the series. Skarner Azir and perma banned now. We still have Annie available. Is that going to be first pick worthy for EDG, perhaps? Angel's pretty good with the Annie, actually, on the whole. W, I'm not sure they've got that much to deal with it. God, Arn's Draven banned away? Well, Vampire played with it a bunch of times. Of course, he was his old support last year. You miss one game and WE win? Well, maybe they were just waiting for you to come back. Because Sante banned away. I suppose the thing is, WE really need tank top laners, I think. As a whole, they need tank top laners. I think they struggle without them. Now, you don't have Ornn, you don't have Sion, you don't have Cassante. You have Udyr, maybe? Nocturne banned away. I think Annie's the easy first pick, right? First pick the Annie. Karis, I mean, I guess he goes for the Orianna if that's the case, so maybe you go towards the Orianna yourself. There's no Nocturne to pair it up with. Alright, Orianna first pick. Wanting to give winning lane to Angel. In fairness, Angel has been very good this series. He's been very good. Karis in the last game did get the MVP. He had a good game last time. Renekton for Cube. Okay. Do you go Renekton Sejuani? Sejuani feels like it has much higher value now. I mean, I'm quite worried about Renekton to Orianna later. As long as EDZ has a good matchup for it, I think it's fine. Think about I don't know about Galio. I actually don't know about that. You're locking in two very, very low-range champions. So now my worry is what happens if you Renata, you Braum. What happens if you Lucian Braum here for Arn and Palkia? What happens if you Lucian Braum? I don't know if Tay and Vampire have got the answers to that, actually. A lot of the early game champions are out. Poppy, that's a great pick too. That's been banned the whole series. How did I forget about that? Because Poppy's good into both those champions, good at anti-melee. Is locked in, yeah. I think Lucian Braum is so powerful in this kind of game for EDG. Less so for WE, actually. They'll probably have to ban that away. They don't want to pick it themselves. So EDZ going towards the Aatrox. Again, very good anti-melee stuff, really. Monkey thinking about the Zed. It's not a dash champion, it's a blink champion. Some prayers in the crowd from WE fans, I think, for that. Thinking about the Olaf. But again, you are very low range. Very low range. A phase rush onto Orianna makes a ton of difference. I think EDG ban away Renata now. Ban away Renata Karma. Stop there being any speed ups from WE. What do you go after that point? I think WE need to ban Braum. I think Braum is an easy one to ban away, unless you want to ban away the Lucian. Ban away Xayah, okay. I think you ban away Renata. Right now. Ban Renata. Yep, easy one. Triple melee comp from WE into an Orianna. Already, I think this draft is going poorly from WE. Where's Sam, by the way? He's in Sweden right now. Tristana, by the way, from R1. But doesn't he just go? Doesn't he just go Lucian? Doesn't he just go Lucian? I think you ban away Karma here from Vampire. I think you ban away the Karma. Get rid of the move speeds. Caitlyn ban away. All right, not sure about that one. And I think you're looking for Lucian Braum for Arn and Palkia. Even though your engage would be less at that point, there's so many melees on the other side. Jhin isn't awful, I suppose. Jhin Karma could be good for them. But again, I think Lucian Braum for Arn and Palkia looks good to me. Jhin locked in. Lucian Braum, I think. Oh, Zeri's not bad either, you know. Zeri Lulu? Don't go Senna. I think Senna is bad. I think you can get ran down by the Olaf really nastily. But that being said, I mean, your W's are really good. Maybe it is okay. I don't know. Smolder can flap over walls. I would have thought Lucian Braum would be really good here, you know? Lock in the Senna. Decent laning phase. Is it a Heartsteel skin? It is. Palkia, what's your last pick? Do you lock in the... Is it just going to be the Poppy support? Do you lock in something different into the jungle? Well, I suppose there's not that much to catch you out, but... If you shadow forwards, Olaf can press ult and run it, yep. Yeah. Senna Braum. We did think about the Lucian Braum. Senna's a little longer range, a little lower mobility. Braum just very good into the triple, perhaps quad melee comp coming through. I suppose Vampire now needs to think about Karma. Yeah. Yeah, that's the Karma. Now, this is why I was thinking more about the Lucian Braum, because it's a little stronger in laning phase. But, I don't know, just a triple melee topside. You know, Orianna's going to go phase rush, have a... Aatrox can pop ult, run away. I think WE have overcooked in this draft. The Jhin Karma's good in terms of laning phase, but the Karma needs to speed up so many people into the fight. It's... And my worry is that the macro from W has not been good enough to make use of this kind of composition. WE cooking a little bit. Cube on the Renekton. Not something that's impressed me that much. There has to be so much work done by Monkey on Olaf in the early game. W need to snowball early game. They need to have Olaf just running people through with Ghost early, hoping you can catch up with them. Vampire 2 and 3 on Karma this year. Monkey the same on Olaf, actually. Predictions on Game 3? Well, luckily Game 3's ended. Predictions on Game 4, I think that you know, EDG have a much easier time of it. Much easier time of it. Perhaps our last game of the day. Perhaps WE's last game of the year. Could be one more after that. No axe hitting that. If Arn gets an auto and a Q, he's actually pretty happy here, by the way. Gets some stacks there. Doesn't want to get hit by a vampire, getting powered Q, though. We're going to get a counter invade on the other side. Walk down into this side. Angel will be able to get mana flow. Scorch. Xiaohao flashing over that wall, by the way. What's Xiaohao going to do? Xiaohao, he's just flashed into the enemy jungle. He's completely unseen. He can take wolves away. Xiaohao's early plans have been fantastic. He can start on wolves. What can he do after that point? He'll start almost completely unseen. No one is going to track him out at all here. You can see if Monkey walks back into his side of the map. Perhaps WE think that Xiaohao is starting on his own wolves. He's starting on enemy wolves. Oh, missed Q there from Arn. That would have been nice for a little bit of extra poke. What is Xiaohao going to do? Does he go towards wolves into blue? Olaf is going to walk back onto his side of the map. And I don't think the Poppy wins at the level 2. What does Xiaohao do? Does he go for a quick recall? Ah, so now Monkey knows something's amiss. Now he knows something's amiss. Oh my god, he pops the ghost. He thinks he's walking out of the jungle. Oh, but he doesn't know. Wait. Now what happens? Can Xiao go towards the blue buff now? Does he recall or does he go back into the enemy jungle? He's trying to switch out all of these bushes. Gets nothing. Where is Poppy? Recalling. Gets out of this. And it's a camp for a camp. Ghost blown by Monkey. Oh, Xiao, you are such a big-brained individual. This isn't even like a 5-head. This is multiple digits. Oh, Xiao, what a start. So often WE have gone for these level 1 plans and gotten value out of it. Xiao outplays it, outthinks it. He's a little bit behind in his clear speed, but he gets the ghost out of Monkey for the attempt. Oh, Xiao. Incredible stuff. And now Xiao can stick around on bot side. Because I think what Monkey really wanted to do is isolate this bot lane and just say, well, you know, we can, I can go from bot side to bot side, go bot lane if it's needed, and you know, the Jin Karma, they'll be able to sit on their own. And I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case now. Xiao will be powerful enough to fight in the early game. Monkey will spot the enemy blue buff up and ready. Bot lane is going okay for Vampire Tame, but I don't think it's like the best thing ever. Tether's going to get blocked by the slow from Palkia. Good shot there. Q hits onto Arn. I mean, the poke's not bad, but again, they need more than just poke. You have good sustain. Wants to get the top Scuttle Crab early here to Xiao. Will be able to do so. Mid lane, going fine. By the way, sometimes you just tap your W because the duration is the same after the W ends than on the side. Slight CS lead for Cube on top side, but it'll even up-ish to about half of that, about 5 CS as it comes in, I think. No, actually a little less than that, actually. No, credit to Cube, good early lane. Bot lane. Yeah, going alright for the Jin and the Karma, but the wonder is how much you need to get from it. Only 4 CS behind. Scuttle for Scuttle. Xiao clearing his way back down towards bot side now, interestingly. He's actually leaving his Gromp and his walls. Wants to be on Raptors to potentially fight around bot side. If he goes in here, he might be able to spot Galio coming through into bot side. Xiao really wants to be on bot side, if he can help it. You know, Aatrox will be fine. Lose a bit of CS early, whatever. Wasn't it technically Flash for Ghost in the grand scheme of things? Yes, but you have Hex Flash on Xiao. That's true. But, and I think, honestly, I think that the Olaf Ghost early on is really important. There is a gold lead for W. There is a gold lead for them. The top lane laning phase, bot lane laning phase is going quite well for them so far. Slight gold lead. Not crazy, but something. There's a plate in the bot side as well. Dragon available, drops in 3 minutes. Need to see how quickly Arn stacks up as well. On 10 right now. Not awful, I suppose, from the first bit of the game. You're expecting about, what, 50 in the first 20? Early lane, you're not expecting that many against a Jin Karma, let's be honest. Oof. Keep doing okay in this laning phase again. But, you know, the Aatrox you expect to lose early and then come back late. And also just do very well later on against full melee comps. Eventually, my worry is that W jump onto the Aatrox, who just gets to slam all of them with passive and Sundered Sky. You don't really get to play the game that much after that. Steel Cat's built up for CDZ now. A little bit more room to space out. Also remove some of those auto attack damage. Oh, you didn't need to press E there. You just killed the auto attack. Misses the auto attack. No, CS rather. Good damage. Xiao on bot side now. Palkia walks up, spots the control ward on bot side. We'll be able to potentially spot out get a help of a wave push in for Arn. Jumping in to make sure he trades as the thing is coming through. Ooh, good 3 trade actually. Level 6 available from ZDZ, doesn't want to use it. Oh, not great there from Cube actually. He does get the you know, the rage coming through. But it doesn't feel like it's that valuable. Monkey now in bot side again, has Ghost back up. Xiao has his Flash back up. Root going to land onto the center. Root lands onto the Braum. I don't think this is that valuable a gank for Monkey. Spotted in bot side now. potential of the dragon being started. Not a bad trade there. Good double passive slam. Angel missing his Q afterwards. I think that should be the dragon started now with that chunk. Xiaohao instead looking towards Q, but doesn't have ult, remember. Ah, not fantastic. Xiaohao spotted on top side, so WE free started the dragon. Again, they have themselves a minor gold lead, but not crazy. You know who the crazy crit animations are? There's a Mumu who does like a little head spin. He literally does like a breakdance head spin. And then there's Pantheon, which does the Sparta kick. Just kicks you in the chest. Oh wait, Braum does the side kick? That's fantastic. All the stuff we could see with Sundered Sky with the auto crit. Misses that last minion there, ZDZ. They're down about 10 CS. Ah, Cube thinking... Hang on a second. He was actually thinking about going for a heavy trade there, actually, A little bit hard to obviously get that full kill with steel caps coming through. Xiaohao going towards the grubs. Is there going to be any fight from WE? Karis going towards the magic resist item first, of course, the Hollow Radiance. Monkey walking up towards that top side of the map. First grub taken by Xiaohao, nothing more. Again, I think EDG realizes as long as we don't in early, we're in a good spot. Later the game goes, and the more even it is, the better it is for us. Braum was the first champion with unique animations for hitting turrets. Ah, I thought that was Echo, but you might be right, you know. Echo was one of the first. Braum was before him. Teleport in with a spell book from Braum and towards top side. Galio going bot side. Xiaohao a little bit behind in farm. Monkey has picked up a little bit more here and there. Xiaohao, again, not unhappy. Full level down is a little awkward, but again, WE haven't found kills. They have 2 grubs, they have a dragon. It's not bad for them, but they need the early game advantage. CDC holding the wave, making sure there's no easy access for Cube towards him. Mid lane slight lead towards Angel. Nothing crazy, but, you know, a little bit here and there. Bot lane's evened up nicely. On 20 stacks, not the worst, not the best. Actually, it's pretty okay for this time, so especially against a Jin Karma. Was worried. Oh, keep taking a tower shot there. That's a bit awkward. Now, ZDZ does have World Ender. Monkey, spotted heading up here. There is a teleport from Angel if things go really awry. There is a Galliwell. I wonder if the EDG needs to be on the run now. ZDZ actually using the ult and saying, look, I'm just getting the hell away from here. Might head back up towards here. I think he's safe to do so now. I think he's safe to do so. Cube, I don't think he bursts him out from this HP. Palk is now around. He uses the ult just to clear out bits and pieces. Good defensive play from EDG. WE, they're not getting the explosive plays from picking up on mistakes of people that they would normally do. W hits. Ult coming through into him as well. Ah, the root's going to hit, though. That's a problem. Jesus, that got close. On managed to get some damage back onto Taeyun. The heal was actually used by Vampire, actually, throughout that. On with that in... Hang on a second. A W could kill... I need to be a little careful. Use the Q to make sure he's topped up a little bit. Again, W getting small advantages. I'm just wondering if it's enough to roll into an actual win somewhere. They got plates on top and bot lane, but no big turrets. 1,000 gold ahead of 10 minutes is no small thing. That's a good thing. But I don't think it's... I don't think it's enough right now to roll through this game. You know, perhaps WE with a good enough Karma into Jin routes and Jin into Karma route, perhaps they can catch people out. But EDG, you know, phase rush on the Orianna, the Senna Emu speed even. I do get worried for WE later on. You know, this Aatrox isn't out of the game. The Senna's still stacking fine. Renekton's not that far ahead. Palkia uses the shield. Ah, now that's the problem. Yeah, he's probably a little bit dead here. Can he flash out of the root range? Perhaps not. Trying to get flashing towards a W. Just use the W out. Wow, that's pretty nice. Thought he was dead for right. Sure there. Uses the heal to get out. That's the worry, though. The Jin root into everything else. Cube, does he pull the ult? Doesn't have it for 5 seconds. That's a heavy trade. Has it in a couple of seconds. Now he can use it. He probably needs to pop it early, actually. Wall start. He won't be able to use it. easy kill for Xiaohao. First blood to EDG. They withstand the early pressure and now can go towards this top turret. Krug's taken as well. WE to look for a dive on the bot side of the map. Can they really? Galio could ult towards the bot side. Does have flash. Palkia's here. I wonder if I'm choosing to go under the turret. I don't know if I love that actually. I suppose they want to defend it as long as possible. They do have Dawning Shadow coming up soon, but Galio's coming down. Surely this is a mistake here. Good damage coming through. Not going to hit by that. And Olaf not going for the dive. I do wonder whether that's a mistake for WE. I think that EDG a little bit lucky actually to get away with that one. Arn's been denied a decent amount of farm, but is at least getting some souls. 30 right now. It's not the worst. First range increased. First 10% crit and the extra stats coming through. They just have the double tap there. Braum passive now claimed in that too. Nice. You know, only 10 CS behind. Both bot laners actually losing bits of pieces of CS. The CSing not the best hit. Oh dear. Yvonne hits through. Where's the ult going? Thought it was going to curve around the outside of it. Good damage there. The Dirk getting some nice value. Next Jin W could kill, by the way. Cube does have flash, does have ult. Not sure about this. Knockup lands. Flash away. Doesn't have the E, of course. Well, the E would get blocked by the W. Cube. Potential problems there, actually. W still only 500 gold ahead, but they will get themselves second dragon. Perhaps Dragon Soul could be their win condition. Cube teleporting bot side. Sorry, ZDZ teleporting bot side. Full HP. We'll safely wave through here. And the more I think about this, the more I think WE, you need more than this. They need one big explosive skirmish, probably off of a Jin route into a crazy Olaf Galio combo. Angel, a little bit behind Karis, actually, in terms of overall gold, interestingly. Surprised at that. Angel not pushing up on top side at all, wanting to deny minions to the minions. ZDZ a little ahead now. That could be a problem. That could really be a problem. You know, what happens if Aatrox pops his ult, the Dawning Shadow comes across him as the Q as well? From the center. You get increased healing from all sources, of course. A little bit of a tap there from Arn onto Taeyin. How harsh would it be for Vampire to be eliminated by the support the AD carry he debuted under? Well, no, not debuted under, because he was... Yeah, no, it was. Wait, was it Lever first or was it Arn first? No, so it was Lever first. Sorry, my bad. Last year. So they swap the recall out? Yeah, they do. Arn, gets hit by the Karma Q. There is a Jin ult. Could threaten here again. Hasn't managed to hit all the shots the last couple of times. But Arn, you can see the poke he's been taking has been really nasty. Does he stick around? Does he full recall? I think he'll be safe to clear this wave, you know, if he wants to. But wants to be around for the Herald take, I think. Potentially. Loses a wave. Xiaohao will pick up the solo XP, which is, I suppose, nice for him because he's behind a little bit to the Olaf, as expected. Olaf, a very powerful power farmer. Palkia has the Solstice Slay now. Sundered Sky for ZDZ and for Xiaohao. Phase Rush and Angel and Xiaohao is quite worrying for W, as we said before. Need to move over there, Palkia. Palkia, you just let the ward go. I get what I want to be on mid lane to make sure that they could go towards this. Herald now spawning. Teleport's coming in. Decent poke coming in from the Karma, but starts to fall off as the game goes on. Double buffs on Taeyin, interestingly. ZDZ. Hanging out Fog of War here. Poke landing onto Palkia. W root landing onto our Vampire. Goes popped by Braum, I believe that is. Herald getting taken lower and lower. There is a shockwave, of course, to make things go a little bit hard. Now, W, what's their engage looking like? The shockwave's not bad, you know. That's pretty good. Central over the top, but how much damage did the Olaf got after this point? Haichao getting wailed on by Monkey. Good damage on the Olaf. They need some help. Someone needs to take down the Olaf. Someone needs to go forwards and help out Xiaohao. Trying to get out. He can't manage to do so. And the EDG, or maybe this is the fight which sets them behind well and truly. Cube getting into the rest of the play. I wonder if he's gone too far, though. Has no rage really left. And Xiaohao will keep going forwards. Not Xiaohao, sorry, ZDZ. That's the Sundered Sky. Was that enough? Has to cancel out the ultimate. It's the last hit from the armed center. My words fail me as WE fail the team fight. They'll lose 4 around the top side. They can't make their early play, and EDG will take the fight and the Herald. I thought there was a real mistake there from EDG, not going really onto the Olaf. The shockwave really helping them at the start there. I cannot believe that EDG walked away with all of that damage and everything in tow. You see how little engaged there is on WE. The shockwave getting Karma and Monkey lower and lower. The center ult going across a few. And ZDZ on the Aatrox already causing issues. The Braum too, of course. I think there was a bit of a mistake here, not going harder onto the Olaf, but perhaps afraid of funneling into the Galio ultimate. Oh, Taeyun just couldn't get enough done, could he? And Cube, he's just outvalued by ZDZ already, really. The Senna healing up the Aatrox is disgusting. Then aren't able to chase, you know, for an extra kill or two. Gets a ton of souls from this fight too. The more that Senna fights, the more souls they get. 46 souls now. Going to be over the 50 margin by the 20 minutes, which is what you look for. EDG now have they have the gate advantage now versus WE. In a game that would eliminate WE, the team would push them down into Group Nirvana earlier in the year. This could be a disaster for WE. This team has reached top 4 for the first time in a very long time. EDG could be the second Nirvana group in 2 days to make it into the playoffs. My worry is that's the fight you should need to win as WE. This doesn't get easier as the game goes on. Aatrox heals more and more. And Senna keeps healing and shielding really, really well. Senna's got a good amount of move speed even to walk at you. One grub, Herald push. Good damage onto here, under half HP now. Xiaohao will find out Monkey. Not going to get too much done there, but enough. Under half HP, under a third HP now on that turn. Dragon is alive. EDG would like to just siege up mid lane, I suppose. I think it's actually just easier for EDG to just push in mid lane, use their range advantage that they have from the Orianna and the Senna. Yes, the Jhin has some, the Karma has some, but the Karma loses value as the game goes on. The base values become less and less important. MR per level keeps ticking up. Completely zoned out of the river now. Monkey, I guess he has a Galio ult to come on top of him. Brawl multi hits onto him. Cube could teleport in, has good rage. Teleporting in behind them. Do they spot it? Do they spot it? They do now. They do now. They're spotting now. Xiaohao, you could, sorry, no, Monkey could go onto his Palkia. That could be a dead Brawl. Where's the ult going? It goes onto the Jhin. You can come back in with the ultimate, of course. Cube flashing forwards. There's a redemption coming through. Shockwave going on to him too. Oh, does he have the ability to escape? No, he doesn't. This could be the fight now. Cube, does he have an extra Q? No, he doesn't. Now CDC going into the backline, trying to use that Sunder Sky. Low HP on the Dragon. EDG, not as clean fight this time. Good damage onto Karis. It's all on CDC though. And Karis needs to go in. That's a mistake. Going forwards, the passive coming through. And the Aatrox, he might not be an enemy. He might be the enemy. WE can't really get that much out of it. Olaf ult is down. Little bits of shielding coming through from the Karma. Perhaps CDC has gone too far this time. Olaf, not really got that much HP to work for. Hex Flash going over the wall. It's a wall stopper. There's a cleanse coming through. Xiaohao, I'm not sure about that one. Jhin coming through. The last shot, not enough. Vampire flashing away ZDZ. This Aatrox is trying to take over the game for all it is worth. No idea how that worked out. So close. Can't quite get the kill onto Taeyun. Just about makes it out alive. Chaos in the bot river. WE walk away with a slightly won fight. And the Dragon in tow. Does this open up the mid lane turret? Perhaps for EDG? Arn has come back alive. Not really sure what to make of that whole fight. I think EDG didn't really do that good a job of peeling for Arn. Olaf actually getting exhausted there, interestingly. It's still a slight advantage to EDG in terms of the overall goal, but W do get themselves soul point off of this. This Aatrox, though, you see the problem. You see the problem with the Aatrox. You don't kill him very easily, and eventually becomes nigh unkillable. And does a ton of damage on the other side too. Has Shojin. I wonder whether ZDZ just runs over the whole game. So I don't know what Arn is thinking here. Walking forwards. I think Arn choosing to I don't know. Cube holds a really good angle onto him. Arn chases too far. This is a Renekton with flash. Wait until the W comes towards and then auto attack him again. Bad mistake from Arn. Walks up into flash W Renekton range. Huge mistake from Arn. That's the kind of thing which can cost you games, folks. Now Cube ends up dying after this point, and of course Aatrox is very happy to just keep walking and running and gunning. It's not that much magic damage on the other side. Galio will do a little bit, but there's a real issue here if ZDZ manages to build. Now he's got the steel caps already. Just keeps on walking at them. Arn at 58 stacks, not doing too bad on that front. I wonder whether Arn should be going for the Black Cleaver as well, by the way. I wonder if that's worth it for him. Especially with the threat of a Mountain Soul on the other side. Taeyun's going for full armor pen, by the way, going towards Ghostblade into Full dominance regards. Early Atakan start. Not sure about this one. I guess it's going... You don't have that high DPS on it. Garrett's going to show up in bot side. Angel will come down here. Where is Aatrox? Does have teleport. 2/3 HP. I don't think this is going down quick enough, is it? Jin's not coming over. Redemption coming through. I mean, WE. I mean, they don't have a teleport on Cube. Cube's not here. They don't have the Renekton. It's going to be on Monkey and everyone else. An early smite from someone involved, and the other smite's not in range. It's not going to be in range. An easy Atakan take. Teleport coming in from the Aatrox. Poppy smalls it up. What just happened with WE's objective setup? Cube with no teleport shown on the other side of the map. A quick take from EDG, despite the fact that they don't have great damage to objectives. They quickly take that, get some XP in tow, and they're happy with that. Can they defend mid lane at the same time? I'm not actually sure about that one. That should go down. So it's an Atakan for mid lane turret. WE suppose get the advantage around the next setup now, because mid lane turret is down for EDG. That's a major objective for EDG. Not displeased with that at all. Now, what is EDG's next item going to be? Starax, Black Cleaver? Does he feel like he needs the Starax? He might even not. You know what? He might not even need it, you know? Might not even need it. I don't think he actually should go for it into the Renekton W, actually thinking about it. Still kind of... No, maybe you need it for tenacity, actually. No, Galio Taunt and the like. ZDZ almost a full level XP over Cube as well. ZDZ might carry them through to playoffs. When was the last time EDG were in playoffs? Would have been in, I suppose it would have been in 2023. Suppose it would have been. Petal diff is not that much, but it could have been so much worse, is the thing. It's not the biggest one ever. When was the last time they were in playoffs? '23 summer. Last time EDG were in playoffs. A year hiatus in 2024, and for most of this year too, of course. Arn taking some damage there, actually. The actual poke damage coming through onto Arn is kind of nasty. Has the Swifties, pretty hard to shut down. He's spotted. Ah, that is a decent flank from Monkey, actually. Dragon is alive. Monkey has Ghost. Arn does have Flash. Ah, was that a spot there? He walked over the ward. He should have known it was there. His ward was cancelled by it earlier, I think it was. And now he's not gonna... There's a teleport coming towards the bottom river. This is a pretty wide pincer attempt. Monkey getting rooted up. Ah, Monkey's caught out. Has to use that ult early. No brawn passive onto it. Karma's dead. Karma is dead. Monkey's made it out alive. That's a great poppy ult. Taeyun. Is he going to be able to make it out alive? No wall stun onto him. Xiaohao does not have flash. Please do not die here, Xiaohao. You need to make sure you get out with the smite. His smite is alive. Uses it there. What kind of cooldown is it on? I guess they don't need it. WE not able to do that much. Monkey's going to die on the other side. CDZ has flash. He'll surely cleanse, finish this off. Q hits. Passive goes down. Monkey dies. A failed flank. And WE, their earliest attempt at Mountain Soul fails. They do not get it. Monkey spotted on the flank. Poor objective setup. And now with the jungler dead, just as Baron spawns, EDG could get themselves two major objectives in the same minute. Going over towards the Baron itself. There's no Galio. Monkey's dead. Cube has no dominance. This is... What do you do here? Where is your damage? Taeyun can't carry like this. Surely he can't. Just playing around, just a little bit of gatekeeping. So they have a smite ready for this. I suppose they do. Yes, they do on Xiaohao. I don't really know what happens now. They're trying to jump onto the Aatrox, but it'll be an Aatrox for a Baron trade at that point. Getting lower. Taeyun trying to get himself a smite in with his own force shot, but doesn't charge it up in time. EDG get Dragon and Baron in the same minute. Oh, WE. Their objective setup is something that we've criticized for most of the year. Braum will get the recall off. Carrot's flashing over. Angel still have to save it. Oh, the shockwave back onto him. Oh, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. Karis will get out to safety with the help of Karma shields. Xiaohao going forward. CDC over the wall. Does have the world ender soon, but not quite up available. Monkey back out on the rip. What a whimper from WE. It is not a bang. It will be a whimper at the end of this save, at the end of this year. Monkey pops the ult. A wall stun goes forwards. And Vampire is exercised. Bring the garlic. Bring the stakes. He's been defeated. Put into the sunlight just like WE. Burned to a crisp as EDG crushed through the last objective fights. WE, what a year they've had, but what a poor, disappointing end to their year. Monkey will secure his red buff, but that's the only thing he's been able to secure in the last 2 minutes. WE, a historic year for them, a historic split for them earlier in the year. Perhaps you'll remember that last split, but this will be one to forget. What happened here? Well, not sure about that one, Vampire. Walked up, tried to get that root. Gives his life for it. A poor series from Vampire. A poor series indeed. Not a bad year from him. Much better than his last year on EDG. He could never find success on the Doom Squad. Found a little bit more here on WE. They took down Top Esports and JDG from last playoffs. But they will not be contesting for Worlds at this rate. I believe the case is if you don't qualify for playoffs, you don't get to go into the regional qualifiers. If you don't get playoffs, that's it. It's the case in many other places. And this went from bad to worse. On the other side, now EDG, a team which probably should have been in Ascend earlier in the year, clawing their way back up against the team that knocked them down. Angel has a 10-stack Medjai's now. An Angel of Death, perhaps. WE. That dragon fight into everything else may have just cost them all of their hard work this year. This would be the end of the WE story for 2025. EDG, continuation of theirs. One which I think a lot of people weren't ready to start talking about because it's just a Nirvana group. Just a Nirvana team. Dive onto Cube. Turret will die. Flash away because the W comes down from the Poppy. Xiaohao, a player which I really want to see succeed. He was on Annual's Legend before their recent era of glory, and he was the bright spark on that last roster. Went to Weibo, couldn't quite find his time there to shine. But he has been such a good player, despite not really ever having the limelight on him. Teleport from ZDZ. Baron buff continues. Minute till the next dragon. Perhaps that W can survive through to that. But you know what? I'm not going to lie. I don't think the Phantom Soul saves them now. Scallywall's not going to get that much value. Wallstun not quite landing onto Kara CDZ. Now he can start to rip through them. Where's the ultimate? Where's the healing? Gets himself... Oh my god, the healing! Aatrox's ultimate is not serious! The healing is insane, and ZDZ just shows an A to Z of how to win a game in the LPL. Aatrox to ZDZ seems fitting. The healing's too much, and WE, we bid thee farewell. A journey with highs and sadly lows here at the end. EDG will beat their old enemy. Knock them out of the contention for playoffs. EDG will 3-1 WE. A disappointing end to a heroic year. 3-1 on the day. Not sure many people would have been ready to bid farewell to WE at this time in the year. But EDG were clearly the better team on the day. Clearly the better team on the day. The Aatrox went absolutely mental at the end of that game. Monkey a poor series, Vampire a poor series, Cube arguably the worst performer there too. But for a team that relied so much on their jungle support, they could not turn up here today in that kind of form. A failure from WE, not even making playoffs. It is a failure. And EDG will make it through to playoffs. Second Nirvana team in 2 days. Well, folks, my voice is dying, and I'm not going to lie, it was not my best casting here today, so I apologize for that. If you'd like to support the channel, please drop a like, comment, subscribe. All those things does make a large difference. If you're on YouTube, the show will end here. And again, I'm so sorry that I didn't bring my best game here today. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather recently. Yeah, we'll see whether we're casting tomorrow. If Sam is back in time, perhaps we will. I will not solo cast it. Okay, folks. See you in a bit.